Are we in? We're in. Somebody say something real quick.
Something really quick.
Excellent. Assignment understood. Hello again, Internet. Welcome back to Crits and Giggles, Lines in the Lies. This is our D&D Doing It Live Vecna Eve of Ruin campaign. I am that Magic Juice, your host and GM for the day. We're going to go around the table, introduce ourselves and our characters, recap what happened last time, and maybe some other times, because Ash is back. Yay!
Hey.
And then we'll get right into it.
We don't have Sam, damn it.
Yeah, we traded one today.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have a full party next time. Anywho, Ash, starting with you.
Hey, yo, it's me. Hi, I'm Ash. I go by Ash and Rabbit all over the internet. Today and in perpetuity, I will be playing Pumpkin. She's a Kenku, but she is, most importantly, a Fey Wanderer Ranger. She just kind of goes wherever the fuck she wants and makes friends along the way. I've been gone for a little bit, so let's just canonically say that Pumpkin was super zoned out the entire time. I think that's me. I'm going to pass over to Andrea.
Hello, I'm Andrea, aka Glassy Woodtone on the internet. I play Alaska Jane. She is a rock gnome, paladin of Ioun, Oath of the Ancients. She's basically the opposite of Indiana Jones, and she's having a good time learning about stuff. Moving it on to Logan.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Logan. I go by Nerdwardo on the internet. I'm playing Kazan Kabar, the Clockwork Soul Azamar sorcerer with a little bit of warlock mixed in there, who's a little disappointed in our friend in the way that the flow of our goals have changed. I'll pass that down to Vic today.
Hello, I'm Vic. I don't generally be on the internet, and I am playing Odyssea, who is a Shatterkai cleric and knowledge cleric, and she knows a lot of stuff, and she likes to be indoors, and she's trying her best.
Okay. And Andrea will be piloting Bost, our... I don't remember what she is.
Tabaxi fighter bard.
Tabaxi fighter bard. That was it.
It's
okay.
Such a solid combo. Is what it really,
It really is. Yeah.
It do be. Okay. So our recaps are nice and chewy lately because a lot of stuff's happening. I'll try to keep this fairly concise, but let me know if I miss anything, guys. In our pursuit of finding the Lord of Blades and possibly making a peace deal, as well as finding our next piece of the Rod of 7 parts, we brought everyone. So we brought all the veterans led by Calith. They are all, because of the level of danger that the Warforged can pose to fleshy people, in so few words, they are essentially hiding safely a little bit of a distance away from this Colossus that we're at, and they are like a last resort if any like big conflict arises. We have split into 2 teams. The 5 of us with one Warforged. Name was it Guardian?
That feels right.
Yep.
Yeah. One Warforged named Guardian from Mercy's party, and then Mercy and 4 other Warforged. We went in a cave at the literal foot of the Colossus. They went to scale the mountain and try to find another way in from the top, and kind of burn the candle at both ends to see what we can find between the 2 parties. We see a vision from our sins, kind of like an oh shit instinct kind of warning something's happening. And for a few moments we see from Mercy's point of view, he is face to face with the Lord of Blades. And actually, both for our audience and Ash,
It's so metal.
Yeah, it's bad. Be ready because it's bad. Yeah.
I'm excited and terrified, all in one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the kind of riding the line that I like in D&D, you know.
Yep.
Simultaneously shitting my pants and being super stoked. Oh my god. Yep, that
This
That toes the
motherfucker.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
She has
He's
muscle
not-
fibers. What the hell?
He's not just Lord of Blights, he is Blight. He's
Yeah.
multiple Blights.
Right.
Big Blight.
A
Holy
Blight.
shit.
So Mercy and his party meet with the Lord of Blades and a few of her minions, I'll say. And from your perspective, which is Mercy's perspective, you are shaking this thing's hand with the understanding that you have struck a deal. You understand that Mercy truly believes that he has stricken a deal for peace with the Lord of Blades. And then in the moment that they're shaking hands, the Lord of Blades puts her other hand on his neck, and you all could feel as if it was happening to you, some kind of mechanical thing with a bunch of tiny little tentacly legs like latch into the back of your neck and then wrap the tentacles around, and then it like sinks into his body. And right then and there, she says, the commandment of pacifism will be your undoing. He then, and you can see the like eyes of the other Warforged like flicker a couple different colors and then change, and all of them turn and rush toward the Colossus with what you understand to be a bad intention, though you don't know exactly what that is. So now you have a little bit of a race against time going on in some way, and you have gone through, starting from the cave at the feet of this Colossus up through the legs, and this is where you are now. I think the other big thing is you found Mercy's friend, Filch.
Yes.
So Ash, one of the things that came up in the last couple sessions has been Mercy's secret. He lost his friend during the end of the war, and has feared that his friend has joined the Lord of Blades. His secret is that he hasn't made a concerted effort to go find his friend yet.
Oh. Okay.
We found his friend. He's now with you. Turns out he was also looking for Mercy, and ended up just passed out at the foot of this mountain.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot. That was only one session. So between that and or, before that, just to tie up any loose ends or what have you, did I miss anything?
Just double checking one more time. We do have Mercy's secret. Okay, never mind. I was just double checking that we had Mercy's, because at first you gave it to us and we all interpreted the secret differently, and so I wanted to make sure we had it.
Yeah, I
actually in
worded it poorly.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we were entering the Colossus, because we went in through the foot, we set off a bunch of screaming mushrooms that like sounded as an alarm. So we're assuming that whoever's in here will be on alert.
Yep. Anything else?
Did we know that Guardian didn't turn? Because the other people who were with Mercy turned, but Guardian
Correct.
didn't.
Correct. The Warforged that are with you did not turn.
Sweet. And I don't remember, had we... I see now, like, we got the little circle, because that was the spinal column. Had we made it up the spinal column yet, or were we about to?
So not all the way. The part that you're in right now, you would understand to be like the hips area,
Right,
like the pelvic area.
Right, so that's why I asked, so, because that's where your spine starts. So, that's why I
Maybe
wasn't
we're in
sure
the
if we had-
chest.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Because we had the
Okay.
two big circles and the one in the
Abdomen.
back.
Abdomen.
Right.
Hips is one level down.
Okay, so we started at the hips and now we're in the abdomen,
Yes.
roughly. Okay. Right, because I did the divine sense and I felt the thing, and we think that thing is in the room now.
Yes. And so divine sense revealed this thing.
Yeah.
And three more farther up. However, the spinal column is now blocked after this level with like caved in stone. And you can see this opening to your southwest, and then that gets to details about what's happening to your east here. So that is it's like dead silent in this area, and the walls are lined with wooden bunk beds draped in green and purple quilts, and little motes of dust are drifting along with just like in the area. There's like, it's almost like a wall where it starts, and then it's all the way into the room is where the, like dust is just floating. And you can see a woman sleeping in one of the beds. That woman did ping your divine sense.
Can you tell me, will it tell me what type of thing it was that pinged my divine sense, or does that not tell me that?
I think it just tells you that she's undead. Let me double check though.
Sure. I wasn't sure if it said, it just says that I can sense celestial fiends, undead, or anything affected by the hallowed spell, but I don't know that it, technically I don't think the wording says that it tells me what the thing is. So I think that might be your discretion.
It does say you know the type.
Okay, great.
But not its identity.
Sure.
So yeah, you could tell before your divine sense ran out that this is undead.
Great. I would have passed that along prior to now, because I figure we're right now still in the immediate aftermath of the vision. So what do we want to do?
So there's an undead lady in the bunk bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's just
Chilling?
vibing.
Sleeping.
Didn't know the dead could sleep. That's fun.
You would not be able to tell that she's undead. She does look like a fully live human. The only reason you know she's undead is because of the divine sense.
Sure. But she looks human or otherwise not Warforged?
Yes, human.
What?
Have you guys encountered like actual humans here, or like almost solely Warforged?
No humans inside of this thing, but we've also not encountered anything inside of this thing.
Weird.
What is it?
We encountered like the weird like dead people downstairs.
Oh,
The
yeah,
people
like
who
the
got like
zombie guys?
magically preserved.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, there is some context for Ash as well. At the very beginning of the cave leading into this, there was an area of dead people who looked like they had like just died, like literally seconds ago. And some investigation successfully revealed that they were actually like years dead.
Right, because of the mourning.
From the day of mourning, some kind of explosion that killed them. But there's this dusty residue substance that essentially preserved their bodies, so that they didn't. You couldn't really tell without solid rolling that they were actually like years dead.
It's wild. Okay.
And accompanying that, so this like liquidy stuff that you can see on the map, it's like a little river, is like a jet black shimmering liquid. And what did Filch told you something about it? Oh,
It's like
he
the
thinks
gray
it's
matter,
the
right?
It's the gray matter fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you look into it, you see yourself all gross and pustulely and
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, do we want to wake her up, or does it make sense to hurry through what we're doing next? If they've got mercy, what's the next play?
I mean, I wouldn't turn down another possible ally. But I don't know, you feel like the undead are your thing.
Yeah.
I feel like she's the only person we've met.
I mean, yeah. We haven't really met her yet.
It's kind of
You're
looking
just
at-
kind of staring at her sleeping. Yeah.
so creepy. So collectively creepy about it.
Yeah.
Yup.
I'll ask her to get a little closer just to see, is she like alive, or is she just a body in a bed in a sleeping position?
Investigation check.
Who doggy?
Baby.
Hope you guys are
got
ready for
this.
this high number.
Hell yeah.
You're in prime jump scare
Yeah.
position. Oh no.
Okay, so it's not difficult to tell.
Okay. Phew.
She does show like chest rising and falling, indicating breathing.
Hmm.
She's like just on her back, sleeping.
Sure.
Looks comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I'll I mean she's sleeping. Should I wake her up?
So when Alaska turns to you and says that, you can see her mouth moving, but you can't hear any of the words that Alaska is saying. And Alaska, you can't even hear yourself talking.
Hmm?
Oh no.
Arr.
That's weird. I'm gonna keep saying things and making loud noises to try and hear myself, probably.
There is no sound that comes from you, both from
Hmm.
your perspective and from everyone else's.
Is there magic here that's making that happen?
Silence.
I mean, you can, if you can
Can I
figure
do a
out a
check
way to
about
find
it?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Yes, this is gonna be just as good as the investigation check.
We just it's actually just really soundproof.
You'd be very confident that yeah, this must be some sort of magical effect, and I'm gonna say with that being that good, you kind of put two and two together that like the threshold between where the dust is floating and where you came from is probably where it starts.
So the dust is making this quiet?
More so that the floating dust is like the thing you can see that shows where the barrier of a magical effect is happening.
Oh, okay, sure.
This is the dust that's like preserving stuff. Is this the same stuff, or is that just from that room?
No, good question. No, this is just like natural soot from like
Settled
Okay.
dust.
what would be on the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
I would hop back out into and just be going like until I could hear myself. So just like
Exactly where you
okay, great.
are is the first space that you can actually hear yourself again, and everybody can hear you.
great. There's something magic in there that's making me not be able to hear anything.
Maybe that's why she's still asleep. She hasn't heard anything that could wake her up.
Is there? Do you think should we like throw a rock at her and wake her up, or just like write on a sign?
I think we could like give her a shoulder nudge or something first before we do a rock throw.
Okay, fair. But then we won't be able to talk to her inside of there because I can't hear anything in there.
Well, we could like get her to like move away.
Yes.
I think.
Let's try that.
I do not have a dispel magic on me.
I
do.
do, but I don't. All right, great. I was like, but I don't have a whole bunch of spell slots. So I'll let you go in.
I do. Wait, hold on. Let me double check if it's verb. Okay, so dispel magic is verbal. So if somebody else wants to do the poke, and I can cast the dispel magic.
Oh, I'll go poke her
From
if you want
outside
to
the
dispel
barrier.
magic.
I mean, she might cast dispel magic if she's like, "What's going on?" We don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Well,
if you, but
But it's verbal. It needs a verbal component, so we can't do it in silence.
Yes.
That's true. Okay.
I can poke her
That's
if you
okay.
want to poke her, unless
Actually-
Pumpkin wants to poke her.
Actually, we've committed. We'll go whole hog. I'll do the poking.
But if you poke her, then you'd have to move to cast dispel magic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast.
Great.
We have Mage Hand. Damn it, I don't have Mage Hand. Just like Mage Hand and shake her.
Oh, that's a great idea. Actually, I do have Mage Hand. Hold on.
Great, I'll let you do this then.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have those things. I have dispel magic, but I don't have a whole bunch of spells.
Yeah, I'll step back to where I was and do a Mage Hand to do a little poke.
So
Just shake
good.
a woman with a magical hand. Imagine waking up to that.
Just a poke, not a jiggle. We're not like
Yeah,
smacking
just
her in
like
the face,
just like a little finger tap on the shoulder. Mhm.
Still terrifying.
Somehow that's worse. I don't know how.
All right, well we have tapped her to wake her up.
Okay, so Mage Hand taps her, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Mage Hand goes and taps her and is able to make contact, I guess. But who cast the Mage Hand?
It was me.
What is your passive perception?
9.
Okay. It almost looks like the hand kind of goes through her.
Okay.
but she still reacts to it. She does open her eyes and look over, and she's like dead tired. Sorry for the pun there, but she just looks at you and blinks a couple times and just goes,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me from over there? I'm not sure how this works.
she just kind of,
Alaska's just gonna motion for her to come over.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so she will get up out of her bed.
And then she'd
Oops.
also do like this thing, like point at all of us, and I'll go.
That's so cute.
She will get to right here and not cross the threshold of the where the barrier is for where the
Oh, so
magic
she's still not
area is
leaving the
happening.
hearing stuff.
Correct. But you will hear a voice in your heads, all of you simultaneously.
Ugh.
Sick.
Why are you not asleep?
I don't think we're supposed to be asleep. Are you? Is everyone else supposed to be asleep?
It's not time for our shift yet. I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Oh no.
What do you have a shift for?
Manning the rooms? What? Do you not know what your job is?
We are not from this this valley, or this world, much less this valley rather, but so we're just confused on what's going on in here. So I would say no, we don't know what our jobs are.
Does she not know she's dead?
I think that's what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I-
that's what's happening.
I have to go back to sleep. Here. And she just reaches a hand out to you, still not crossing the barrier.
Great. I'll grab the thing in her hand because I'm right there.
So there's nothing in her hand. She's just like offering her hand to you.
Oh, to go in there?
It's not really clear why she's offering her hand. It doesn't seem.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just
gonna.
odd.
I'm just gonna shake it.
Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
No, not this time. So your hand goes through hers, and you'll feel like a little swoosh of like cold air.
Okay.
But at the moment that you would have made contact, you see another vision. Are you sensing a theme here, guys?
Whoa.
Only Alaska sees this, and it is from a very zoomed out third person perspective. You can see a titanic stone statue standing amid a circle of glowing sigils. A dozen robed figures, small as ants, are standing around the circle and murmuring words. Their heads are bowed in concentration. Impossibly, the stone colossus begins to levitate. Then as silvery light swirls around the colossus, the ground quakes, breaking the mage's focus, and the colossus blips into a different area, ending up buried in crumbling stone, surrounded by shifting mountains and sickly gray clouds. You would recognize this as the very colossus you're standing in right now.
So someone, like, people were chanting around it, and it disappeared to here.
Yes.
So that's okay. That's so much information.
So the last part of this vision is that a few years pass in rapid succession, while the colossus stands like a stone sentinel stuck inside this mountainside. You would recognize this as at least what happened to this colossus at the moment the day of mourning happened.
Okay.
And then
Tracky.
you kind of snap back into your own reality and perspective, and this ghost just turns around, goes back to her bed, and lies down again.
Cool.
Does she have a blanket?
Yes.
Or can I go tuck her in?
Yeah.
Aw.
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I'm gonna go tuck her in.
That's fair.
You can.
I tuck in the ghost. Is not a phrase I thought I would ever say.
I would share that vision with the team, and just say I'm not confident that this statue. I mean, it's not even like it's interesting that it's like so different of a statue than all the other statues. Not statue. I'm so losing words right now.
Colossus?
Colossus, yeah. Is it like this one being stone feels so different for some reason, or like that makes sense as to why it's so different?
So it started as a stone statue.
Yeah.
And the mage's ritual essentially transformed it into the like metal and stone kind of
Sure.
almost living colossus that it is.
Sure.
But yes, you are correct that this one is unique from other colossi.
And that makes sense as to why, because everyone's been saying like, oh, it's got a different brain. It's the gray matter engine. Were there any context clues around in the vision I was seeing, like any like symbols on the robes or like otherwise sky stuff that might tell me where this one came from?
No, everything around it, like it was just, imagine the kind of vision you see in like shows and movies where like all you see is like black void, and it's just the statue, the 12 mages, and then you blip into seeing this mountain with the colossus inside it. But it would be clear that like the ritual was interrupted from the like quaking that happened, and that was the cause of the colossus ending up the way it is now. Just like it teleported into this mountain. It's not like it crashed into the mountain.
Right.
It just teleported into becoming part of the mountain.
Which is always a deep-seated fear of using teleportation and not having exact coordinates of where you would like to go.
Yep.
Oh God.
Mothered in a wall.
Well, I mean, I guess that gives us a little more information maybe about this. We might find more people. They might be able to give us more information in their dreams if we interact with them. So I guess onwards and upwards while we let her sleep.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Where is
Wandering.
upwards?
This direction generally.
So this next room, as you're getting to it, it contains fine tinkering tools, wood carving equipment, and metal plates hanging from hooks above a stone table.
Sick.
And several counters. In one corner, a faucet juts from a tall steel vat, and the opposite corner has collapsed. That would be the opening that you're walking through right now. Allowing access to a tunnel beyond, and a rivulet of gray matter fluid is oozing across the floor down the tunnel.
Can I do a perception check just on like any cool stuff in the Tinker's area?
Yeah. Investigation check.
Investigation.
Nice.
Damn.
Any cool stuff?
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Sick.
Between all of the pieces of tools and different items around that seem mundane, like any one or two of them by themselves, you realize that you could, or anyone who is proficient with tinker's tools or woodcarver's tools, would be able to assemble a full set of either from the stuff that's in here. Oh. Cool. There's a steel vat in the corner that had it's labeled with like a symbol that you don't recognize. You can tell it's
Okay.
important, and it's easy for you to tell with 30 that it has some kind of magical nature to it.
And I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is with just investigation. You could do like Arcana or like identifying in some way to figure out more details.
I would love to do. I mean, I'll try an Arcana on it to be like, this is just everyone is exploring. She's just like, there's tools and mysteries. I'm excited.
Is there a world where a religion check would help it?
27 to find out what's.
No, not really.
Worth a shot.
Okay, so you put context together. This is stuff you're finding from within a Colossus. You think to point Filch and Guardian to it, and they seem to like immediately recognize it. They turn a little knob to get a liquid flowing into the liquid you already see, and they like with their Warforged bare hands kind of mix it up, and then pull out couple glops of it and just start to apply it to themselves like we would apply sunscreen to our skin.
Oh.
And they like glow for a quick second before it subsides into them. You can tell that this gave them both temporary hit points.
Yo.
Oh.
Can that do that to non-metal things?
They will say this is only effective on constructs.
Yeah, that
Damn it.
checks out.
Ooh.
It looks like
Can I
fucking
give-
liquid metal.
of vials. And I
I
put some stuff in vials.
You can. What's up, Logan?
I did my summon construct before we ended last
Oh,
session,
yeah.
and it was the metal construct, and I wanted to see if we could put it on him to give him temp HP.
Rub him down.
Yes, you can.
How much
So-
temp HP does he get?
It is 10.
Solid.
10
Shit.
temp HP.
That's
Can I
solid.
fill 5 vials with this goo?
There is more than enough for that, yes.
What should I put that in my, or should I just write that down?
Vials of goo.
I would call it repair paste.
Fair
Okay.
fist.
That's adorable.
Yep. It is actually called repair paste in here.
That's so good. I love that.
I shouldn't be calling it goo. Got it. I'm gonna
Repair
edit my-
goo.
Repair goo. Okay, I now only have 5 empty vials.
We'll
Sick.
buy some empty vials when we're back home.
Don't worry, I have more at home actually.
There's a box of empty vials somewhere.
There's just like multiple cases from Uline of just like
Sure.
sauce bottles.
Fantasy line.
Yeah, fancy Uline sauce bottles. Okay, cool.
So while you were doing that, it looks like
Excellent.
Alaska stepped out over here a little bit and sees another human just kind of
Oh yeah.
hanging out over here. And at first, Alaska, he's just kind of pacing back and forth, like just kind of looking around at the ground, like he's trying to find something he dropped.
Sure.
And then he, like, when you get within the distance that you can see him, he turns around and can see you and gets like really excited right away and waves at you and starts yelling, "Help me find my..." And as he's running toward you, he gets to about here and blips out of sight.
Great. Can't tell what he's looking for.
Make an investigation check.
Not what I
You got
built this
this.
character to do. 6.
There doesn't seem to be anything on the ground other than stone, rubble, and this like flowing gray matter.
Great. Well, he was looking for something. I think the thing was also a ghost. Because I don't see anything here. And now he's gone.
Do we want to see if you get another vision if you touch him, or do we want?
Well, he's not here for me to touch.
Oh yeah, he didn't reappear. I was expecting him to just like pop back in somewhere else and just like do the
I'll
same
like
thing
wander a
again.
little closer to like where he was. And just be like, hello.
Yeah, nothing.
All right. Well,
Oh, I should give you control over Bost too.
good seeing you. Oh, yeah, probably. Call me Quinn.
Your head.
Like, you.
There we go.
Great. Fast. Also in the general area.
Yeah. There is now truly nothing.
Cool. Well, that's too bad.
Real bummer there.
Yeah. Keep walking. Doing a wander.
Okay. As you're wandering farther, you can see that the gray matter leads to a small pooling area here. This is such a trippy dungeon. The deep pool of gray liquid in the corner glitters oddly.
Ooh.
And around the bones, pools and battered armaments litter the cave floor. Ooh, there's a picture.
Ooh.
Wait, is
All hyped.
I love art.
Yep. Is it in here?
Oh, that pool. I see it.
The pool
There-
again?
yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's so.
Yeah, there's stuff in it.
Yo.
I think we've got to touch those gems. I think that-
Absolutely, we should touch those gems. 100.
My magpie brain's like gems, and then sees a sword is just like, oh no.
Yeah,
The gems are
It's down
okay.
here.
I'm pretty sure if we touch those gems, that sword's gonna come for us like those things did in that other room.
Yikes, yikes,
Uh-huh.
yikes, yikes, yikes.
I mean, if
That's
someone
cool
wants to
shit.
hit them, I can like hit that sword, but
Is there like a perception anything to be like, what the heck is going on with why does the brain matter goo melt swords and make sparkles? Sorry.
Yeah,
that feels
yeah.
accurate.
Make a perception check.
Oh no, here we go.
Boss is gonna help you because she is also
Ooh.
very proficient in it, and I think your numbers are taller.
And I think also at this point actively holding Pumpkin to be like,
Don't.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1.
Plus 16, Jesus.
Damn.
Jesus. Okay. Okay.
I think you see things.
Yeah.
I specialize.
Okay,
I think
Siobhan, when I was a child, I got really into spying.
Hey, look, I also did, and did you know that you can make your own cipher wheels and it's easy and free?
Good to know.
I
Mhm.
also developed a language with my sister.
Okay. You're not able to discern details because, again, spoiler alert, magic. But here's what you can piece together. And I'm gonna say this is not a trick, I promise. But in order to like actually perceive this well, it would have to be like here.
Okay.
It looks like the gray matter has in some ways magical properties that you don't know what yet.
Right.
It looks like these shards that are in this pool have magical properties of their own, and they're kind of like blending with the gray matter to create what you could only best describe right now without magical observation as like chaos magic.
Ah.
And you also piece together that the melted sword and mangled stuff that's around, but the like very well preserved gems says to you that like this touching items could have random effects on it, some positive, some negative.
So my takeaway is not that mechanically crafted items are destroyed by this, but natural items are not. Because that was my thought. But
Right,
if
that
it-
you
okay, cool.
with that 36 you would just do that, you would know that is an incorrect assumption. It actually is random.
Absolutely random. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, so the concept of what we have so far is that the Colossus is known to be different than others. We have learned from the Warforged that it is like the most intense one, but they've never seen it work.
Correct.
So we know that it was once a statue, and then during a disrupted magical ritual, it became Colossus, but also it was a failed magical attempt. I guess I'm wondering, is there a sense that like the magic that is here within the being itself is, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, like a result of these mages in chaos, like being the shattering effect of the spell is what's caused this chaotic magic? Or is this in any way linked to like the body of the god Havoc that the boat was crashed in a couple times ago?
Good question. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're good at those.
I got a 26. I almost rolled a 1.
Nice. Okay. So between what you're observing and what the Warforged have told you about what they do understand about the Colossuses, as a reminder, the Warforged did not create the Colossi,
Right.
but they were connected to them through these magical items called docents that they just understand they can drive one with if they, if they wanted to and did so correctly. So they have made some assumptions and they've told you what they have learned, but they haven't learned everything. This, you'd understand that this liquid, this gray matter, is meant or was meant to be, I would say you'd liken it to like blood in a human body. It's like a fuel source, but in a way it's not just fuel flowing through an engine. It's more like the mechanical version of lifeblood, and as such has really intense magical properties. Wasn't intended to be chaotic, but it's now leaking out of the Colossus, so it's interacting with things it wasn't meant to interact with. So that's essentially what's causing this chaos.
Okay. I really want to touch it.
I have Dispel Magic if you want to fuck around and find out with the chaos magic.
I mean,
I
it
also
feels
have a Dispel Magic if you need your magic
it
dispelled.
feels like a bad idea, but I do want to touch it.
Everything we've been doing is pretty much a bad idea,
Yeah.
I think.
Can I take one of the feathers from? I'm gonna take my
Oh,
wing because I was
yeah.
taking from my head and just like drop it in there.
Okay.
See what happens.
Yeah.
No,
Pumpkin
we have
knows
to
that
we have to
Odysseus
fight it.
wants to touch it, so
Oh yeah, she's catching a vibe and just like, okay, I got you.
the holding back at the bits and bobs is now being held back from the gems, is now being like, no wait, you idiot.
Yeah. I think dropping a feather in is a good call.
That's
Do
really
That's a
that.
good idea.
I'm gonna try it.
Roll a d6.
Oh, cool. Okay. D6.
It explodes.
How's a 4?
Okay. What color is the feather?
I mean, it's like her kind of like raven black. It might have a little bit of blue in it, but
Okay.
Yeah.
You get a sort of like feeling, I guess, is the way I'm going to put it.
cool.
At the moment the feather touches the liquid, it flashes from black to white as if like a paintbrush stroked it from the root of the feather all the way to the
Ooh.
tip. And then another flash changes it into what I will say is like the most aesthetically pleasing array of colors to Pumpkin.
Mm.
Oh.
Temptation.
Can we get it back out of the goo?
Oh. I'm so afraid. I think Pumpkin is absolutely in magpie mindset of just staring at this thing. Just oh, pretty shiny.
How do we get it back out of the goo?
I could try to mage hand pull it out.
I
that
can't
we're
pull it
not, like-
out.
We can't pull it out. Give it back to Pumpkin. Sparkly feathers. Pretty things.
Yeah, you mage hand pull it out. It maintains this new coloration, and nothing happens to the hand.
That's cool.
So cool. I just want to put everything in this now. Like,
I
I'm
have-
sorry, you created a thing that all I want to do is hang out and put stuff in it.
I have this regular spear that I haven't been using. We could dip that in and see.
Yes.
Can I take the feather and like tie it to my belt? I was so tempted to like stick it back as like a plume of feather and see if it readheres, but I don't think I'm gonna go that far.
That's fair.
This is how you multi-class into a wild magic sorceress.
Right?
Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I need to keep track of a list of all the fun little trinkets I have. I
Yeah,
don't remember
very
any of them.
I got
Yeah.
so many.
Cool, multicolored.
Feather from the robot goo.
Yeah, I'm literally.
Robot
reading
goo,
feather
technical
from
term.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I have an acorn too. Oh no, it was a flower. No, it was an acorn that turned into a luck stone.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Dope acorn. It's literally.
I mean, are we dipping the spear into here, or are we gonna like continue with like looking for Mercy and the team?
I mean, we should
Yeah.
probably keep going, but this is just very exciting.
All right.
Here,
If we wanted to, let's dip in one more thing if we want to dip in something else. But then I feel like we should maybe get back to our mission instead of just dipping things in the goo.
here. I'll give the spear to Odysseus. She wants to dip it because I'm okay either way.
I do.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Gosh, roll. I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
Bad, but I don't care.
It's gonna absolutely disintegrate.
1.
It ceases
Okay.
to exist. Or
The spear
As
sinks
in
in
one
a little
less
bit,
spear.
and you can feel that the goo is like thick as tar. After the spear gets like a couple inches sunk into it, and then it like wrenches away from your hand, and
Okay.
just slowly sinks in with bubbles
Yep.
around the hilt as it goes down. It's totally melting.
Sick.
Cool.
Cool. It's just the response is like, cool. So
Should we put some of this in a vial or like maybe not?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because imagine if we do have to get into a fight and we just melt the Lord of Blades.
Oh, but yeah, but what if we don't melt the Lord of Blades? Because if it's a random as to what happens to the things in there, maybe she'll sprout more wings.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Oh no, that's a good point. Is the fluid alive?
When you've checked it out, it's not alive. It is magical in nature.
Okay, well, I want it, or I want the shards, but I figure we should move on because we can't.
My
just...
worry is if you're gonna try and put a thing in the goo, you're gonna put a vial in the goo and it won't actually collect any of the goo. It'll just do something to the vial.
Yeah,
That's-
I figure we're good. I figure we
Alright.
know the goo is weird. Goodbye, goo. I love you so much.
Yeah.
We'll stop by on our way out if we can.
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
We can just throw more stuff at you later.
Yeah, totally.
Beautiful. I love that.
All right. It looks like there's a couple of different ways to go from here. This top one kind of looks like it touches itself,
Whoa.
right? This top area looks like it's gonna just do a circle around itself. So maybe the lower area.
Are we
Alaska,
still
as you're
thinking at this point, because we know that like our buddy has gone bad, or are we just like
you haven't
That's
expressly said so, at least.
because like we're getting close to the top, and I feel like him getting the jump on us, if he's like, I would rather we get the jump on him to try to like undo the tentacles.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
So can we should we try stealthing?
I mean, stealthing will slow us down.
Try.
I'm fine with whatever. I was just looking at where we literally physically go after this, and there's an up place and there's a lower place, and then Justin told me to stop talking. So
Yep.
Alright.
And also, as you're checking it out, you do see in the corner of your eye,
or like over here.
a fur.
Oh, no.
Over
A
here.
fur?
And In
Over
that
there.
moment, Bost's spear will light up bright blue,
Oh yeah,
indicating danger. And we need to roll initiative.
great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Like,
Skaboosh.
should we be stealthy? Rolling. Christ.
Pretty much.
Ugh.
Yeah, shit.
And then I'll roll for myself, which will be less than that.
That's right. I forgot we can't be surprised because of Bost's spear.
Yep.
That's so
Yay,
cool.
Bost.
Yep.
Yep.
Boss has the 18.
Okay. Kaz 14. Alaska 18.
No, Boss is 18.
Oh. Okay. Last 18. Odysseus 21.
Oh no.
Pumpkin 20. Is that plus
Great.
9? Holy shit.
What?
Plus 9
Rangers,
initiative.
man.
Pumpkin is plus 9.
Jesus
Ah,
fucking Christ, Pumpkin.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember what that's from, or if it's just because of Ranger stuff.
I think it's Rangers stuff.
Extremely cool.
That's not what I wanted.
Oh, and Bones is still with us, so I think Alaska's still on Bones.
Hey!
Oh, I forgot. Do I need to roll my construct? Let me see.
I keep
that
forgetting
works.
I've got this like dope ass amulet thing that I never do anything with. The only thing that I really care about is that it gives me dark vision, because otherwise I
Mm.
can't see. But I've got other stuff that I can do.
This needs to be this.
So the way that my construct works is that it just has its turn right after mine. So
Okay.
Great.
Sweet. Let's do some.
Oh, restores a spell slot?
Are you talking about your
Oh,
divine?
your channel
Thing.
divine power.
This one.
Yeah, channel divinity.
No, I'm talking about this cool amulet.
Um,
the only thing is that anytime I do it, everyone in a 10-foot radius around me has to make a DC saving throw. And you're
Oh.
gonna take damage regardless. If you fail, you take 1d4 radiant and 1d4 poison damage for each level of the spell slot that was restored. And then you're frightened until your next turn. And then if you
Yo.
succeed, you just take half as much damage.
Oh,
Nice.
So it's like, suffer, but I get stuff.
So it's great if you're around nobody you like.
Yeah.
It's also
True.
10 feet. It's only 10 feet.
It's only 10 feet, yeah.
It's like if you're being attacked, you can just be like, no.
Yeah.
Mhm, true.
So Alaska, you see a fur, and immediately reacts to you and lets out this deep guttural snarl, and
Right.
just starts to pop around the corner. You see this creature, which I will not even attempt to describe.
Yo, I
What in
like
the
it.
Oh,
shit.
that looks so cool.
What happened to this bear?
A
A
lot.
lot.
A lot.
It's from the movie Annihilation.
Oh, hey, there you go.
This is that one Daedra from Skyrim.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Oh, you're not wrong. You're
So
not wrong.
right. So right.
100%.
Woo, okay, so we see this coming, and Odysseus, you can't see it yet, but you can hear it coming from around the corner, and clearly
Oh, no.
Alaska is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
Hang on. I don't know. I'm not used to being first. Eh. Okay. I'm gonna go here. And I guess I'm just gonna guiding bolt it. I mean, I
Nice.
just don't even know. It's so big.
No, guiding bolt's a solid. That's solid.
Oh my god, where is it? Okay, I'm just gonna do a guiding bolt and hope that this does something. Oh, I needed to roll to hit it. Hang on. But let me roll to hit it. I rolled a 26 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
Okay, sweet. I did 18 damage on it.
What
And-
type?
Ooh, great question. Oh, I have to tell you the type. Interesting.
I mean,
sorry.
yeah, just a safe habit to be in always. Is
Radiant
indicate
damage.
types of damage. Okay, and it was 18 radiant damage.
In radiant on it.
Okay.
And I think that is all I am going to do. Like, really? That's all I got right now. Can't do anything else.
Okay. Pumpkin.
Okay, where is this guy? Is it this pink circle? What is that?
I just
I
put that
can't-
there for my construct.
Okay.
'cause it
Logan,
was-
did you send me a
Over
picture
down.
and I failed to make a token?
I did send you a picture, but I was like, it's chill. We don't gotta.
I'm gonna fix that while you guys are going.
It's over
Okay.
here.
Okay, I can't see it. Would I know that it's up there?
Probably,
Oh
yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
probably
right
see
now
it
it
if I see
isn't.
it shooting
I
shit.
just shot it with big things.
Well, it's,
so.
and you just hit it with guiding bolts.
Oh, yeah,
Isn't
so it's
there
all
an
bright and
effect?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move up here. Holy fuck. Okay.
It's very big. I
Pretty
don't
large.
It's Spooky Bear.
Spooky Bear.
This is Spooky Bear.
Oh, that's not what I want.
I didn't realize I was so like close up. You know what? I'm just gonna shoot it with my short bow. I'm gonna try this twice. So here's the first one. Nah, I don't think an 11 probably doesn't hit.
It might.
right?
And 11 does not hit.
Figured. Okay, let's try it again.
Ooh.
20.
Okay.
20 does hit.
Woo! Okay. For all intents and purposes, this is now going to be my sworn enemy for the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Yay!
So here's 15 piercing damage. Does anything else
Nice.
happen to it? I don't think so. I think it's just the added damage because he's not my sworn enemy.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
cool. Next time I attack him, I get advantage until he dies. Cool. That's pretty sure it's my
Great.
turn.
Nice. That'll bring us to Bast. And
Bast.
also, here you go, Logan.
Let's go, little guy.
Does the trident come back to her? I don't remember.
I think so.
Let's say it does. Then she's going to run near Pumpkin up to Nya and throw her
Oh,
trident
yeah.
at it. Trident
Sick.
of warning, +7. Roll. 12 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Got topple. I'm not seeing that it comes back to her. So that's a DM question.
I don't believe it does.
Great. Then it's over there.
It's a
I'll-
weapon of warning, right?
Yes. Trident of warning. I
There's
wasn't sure if it
nothing
was
on
like
there that says
Thunderstruck
recall?
that comes back. Like we homebrewed with Joe.
Hang on a
Um,
second.
It does not.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
the trident gives all of us advantage on initiative. Supernatural readiness.
I
As
thought I
long-
just made the.
Each subject. So it's as long as this weapon is within your reach and you are attuned to it, you and your allies within 30 feet of you gain the following benefits: alarm and
Dude.
super.
Oh, are you
Oh.
reading the 2024 one?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just reading what she has.
She might be because I know that Sam reworked Bost to be 2024.
Okay.
But
Maybe
I don't
then.
know. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It was also within 30 feet, so we may not have all had it at immediately that time. For the
Okay.
record,
Yeah, I just noticed
we
that.
were pretty spread out when we rolled initiative.
So let's do this. I did say that I'm okay with mixing matching, but I do want to keep it consistent. So let's just say, since Sam reworked Bost with 2024 stuff, Bost is going to follow 2024 stuff.
Cool.
That's going to be the same for Kazan, right?
Yep, I am using 2024.
Okay. Let's just do our best to keep it consistent.
Sure. I think let's for this battle leave it as is instead of like half of us re-rolling to be
Yeah.
2 slots higher.
Yeah.
We'll just remember for next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was reading it, thought it was cool. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
That is pretty cool.
There's another
Yeah.
thing she has where, for one war magic, when you take the attack action, I can replace one of the attacks with a cantrip. So I'm gonna look at her
Oh.
spells and see what cantrip I want to cast at it, since now her trident is across the room.
Nice.
D&D's so cool.
Well, it says wizard
Many
cantrips, and
options.
technically none of these are wizard cantrips, but... Fuck it, let's try Toll the Dead.
Hell yeah.
Been damaged.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom save of 16 from the bear, please.
16.
Yes, 1-6.
That is it a D10 or D12 when it has damage that it's taken? I think it's a 12, right?
I think
It's
it's
12.
Well,
14.
correctly.
Do 14, great, so yeah, 3d12 then.
Shit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Scaling cantrips, baby.
9!
What the hell?
Oh. Wow, I'm rolling for Boston, even Boston is rolling poorly.
Excellent.
Oh,
That's
no.
really funny. It's not by chance, like undead. Is that it? Is that where they have to like run away?
It does look super
Oh, lies. I guess this is no. It's a 60 feet. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's her turn. I don't know enough about her bonus actions to make one, so I'm just gonna leave that and have that be boss's turn.
Okay. Oops. Let's do this real quick.
Yeah.
It is the Blaze Bear's turn.
Hell
Doggy.
yeah.
It is going to let a glare out at both Pumpkin and Bost at the same time. I need you both to make a save that is of the variety I can't stall anymore. Where is it? Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save, okay.
Uh-oh.
16.
Okay.
Thank God for a +6. Holy shit. man.
No, that's a contested throw. She has a thing where she can fix stuff, but I think it's not a saving throw.
It is a saving throw.
Yes, when I fail a saving throw, I can reroll it with a +10 bonus. Let's do that.
Yeah,
That's the
because-
this feels like the time to do that.
yeah.
Because 2024 Indomitable is so good. It's so good.
She is
28.
indomitable.
That feels better. 28.
Damn. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, you both save. But with this glare, you can both feel this wave of magical effect energy come over you that seemed to like stiffen your bodies for a moment.
Was it trying to charm or frighten us?
It was not.
Okay, never mind. Thank you.
That's scary.
But then it's gonna run up to Bost.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
She's the
Real
closest
quick,
one.
has it been within an hour of us entering the toe? Because Alaska cast a thing on Boss so that she has like resistance to slashing, piercing, and stabbing.
Thinking through all the stuff you've done, I'm gonna give it to her for this battle, but then I'm
Fair.
gonna say that hour is up after this fight.
Bummer. That's fair.
Yeah, just considering like the
No, I
exploring you've done,
totally-
the conversations you've had, etc.
Totally get it. I realized after I cast it that like we may not hit anything fast enough, and that was
Yeah.
a bad call maybe.
We'll
well.
we'll include it for this. I mean, you've gone through several levels of a dungeon. I would still say it was
Yeah.
it was a solid call. Anyway, so it's gonna try to. I guess it doesn't even claw. It just. Okay. It just bites twice. It's gonna try to bite you twice.
Okay.
Oh no.
Armor 16. Armor has to meet second one meets it beats it.
Okay.
Now I gotta find the spell.
Boss can feel this like burst of magical energy when on the second bite attempt when it actually pierces her skin. It's going to be 25 piercing damage plus 11 magical force damage.
The 25 is halved because of the spell.
Okay.
To 12 we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I typed it. I typed 12. Okay. 12 and then 11. What was the other? Force damage.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't let me type it, it's not letting me type into her thing, so I'm just writing it down. But she's
Okay.
she said 23. All right. Ow.
Does
Okay.
piercing and force damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it was
Okay.
a high roll on that
Yeah.
piercing too.
Kazan.
Yes. Okay. I have an idea. I just have to double check one of my meta magic costs. Perfect. I'm going to cast a spell, and I'm going to make it a careful spell. I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth out in front of me, so that'll be a... How big is that? Let me double check. That'll be a 20-foot cube from me, so everything in this space, all of
Nice.
this will get hit. But I'm gonna make it a careful spell, so all of the allies don't have to worry about
Nice.
taking any damage. But
Ooh.
the bear does need to make a dex save.
Okay. 19.
19. I think that just beats it.
Pretty high.
Yeah, that's my save's an 18, so that'll still do half damage, but that entire area is now difficult terrain, so it'll be harder for it to move around.
Okay. And then you said half damage.
Yep, and then I have to roll the damage. I have not clicked that. There we go. Oop. So that'll be 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Magical bludgeoning, if that makes a difference. And that entire 20-foot cube is now difficult terrain.
Now, if I understand careful spell correctly, it doesn't harm your allies, but the difficult terrain will still affect them, right?
Yep, the difficult terrain still happens, but just no immediate spell damage.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
I think that'll be it for me. I don't think I have a bonus action for my specific stuff yet. Yeah, that's chill. But that'll be the end of my turn, so then my construct will go right after me.
Hmm?
And then he will just skedaddle up, use his full movement into that difficult terrain. And he's gonna make 2 attacks. The first one, I want to try to grapple the bear with it.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
That's very
Um,
cool.
That's very cool.
Oh, now I have to go pull up the stat block. Hold on one second.
Right.
We did a 5th level when I cast it, so you're gonna be down here. Okay. So what are you? You're a D20 plus. Okay, it equals my spell attack modifier, so this will be plus 12 to hit. Ooh, okay, so that'll be a 14 to just make contact at that first hit.
That will hit.
Oh,
That will
no.
hit? Okay.
Great.
So now, since I'm gonna try to grapple, or do we do contested athletics then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that'll just be plus 4 now. Okay,
Going against a 15.
let's see. 19!
Nice.
That
Let's
says
go! Okay.
Warforged warrior and not the bear.
Oh, my bad. Look, what was
Sorry,
the...
that-
It was a 10.
A 10.
So the bear would have
Athletics.
a 17, so still fails.
Great.
Let's go. Okay, so his movement speed is now 0.
Beautiful.
And whenever he starts his turn grappled by this guy, he's going to take 10 or 1d10 fire damage.
Wow.
So that'll be the first attack. Second attack, I'm just gonna bonk him.
All right.
So we'll do another d12, or another d20 plus 10. Or 12, excuse me. 17 to hit,
17 hits.
and that'll be d8 plus 4, 10 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And that is magical.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, and then that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. Filch is going to come next. He is going to 10, 20, 30, because he's in the difficult terrain. And then Alaska, you'll hear this whoosh, and like your hair will fly a little bit as a spear goes screaming past your head at this
Nice.
bear. Or javelin, I guess. 7 does not hit.
Nice.
It shunks into the wall behind the bear. That's all he can do.
His best.
So it is Alaska's turn.
Can I make it here, or is there too much stuff in the way?
So difficult terrain would get you there at maximum. I'm gonna say you're small enough to go in, past this square with the wall partially covering it. So
Great.
yes.
Yeah. So because I can move 40 total because I'm on bones, I'll say that
okay.
we get ourselves there. Work. And that's also got me flanking with Boss. First, Bones is gonna go, so he's gonna try and chomp him.
Okay.
To see if it's not gonna happen, but I want to see if I can make him, in addition to being as he is, also make him prone. Well, can he be prone if he's also grappled, or is that
Yeah.
unnecessary?
They are not exclusive conditions. Yes.
Great, let's try it.
Grapple.
9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
Okay. Well, Alaska's got her shield out, so her AC is higher just in case, and then she's just gonna swing at him, because what else do I do?
Okay.
One-handed. 17 to hit,
17 hits.
and then, so it's 16, and then I'm still adding 2d8 Divine Smite to everything.
Nice.
Amazing.
Is this thing considered a fiend or undead?
No.
Okay.
Real weird bear.
Um,
I'm guessing monstrosity if he's not either of those.
Andrea, am I understanding this correctly that your Divine Smite is still a spell? It's just a feature for you that it automatically happens now?
so it's kind of. Let me find it. Boop, boop, boop. Go away. Feature traits. When you hit with a melee attack, you can expend a spell slot to deal 2d8 extra damage. So yeah, it is a spell slot. For some reason, I thought it just happened.
The improved smite does just give you additional radiant damage on your normal attacks. I
Sure,
forget what
improved
level you
rank-
get that.
Yeah, it says when you hit with a melee attack, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant. So we can just scrap the 11 and just add the 4 that's attached to the two-handed slashing, because that's the radiant that it just rolled me. So
Okay, so
the
the
2 is if I push a spell, it gives me the 2 additional d8. If I don't push the spell, it just gives me 1d8 on everything.
Okay. So it is 2 different things. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just doing the 1d8 automatic one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 16 slashing damage and then also 4 radiant damage.
Okay, sweet.
That's attack number 1. I'm concentrating still on boss thing, so I'm not gonna cast any. I'm not gonna add anything else because they're almost all concentration.
Okay.
Looking back to actions, hit it again, please. 20 to hit,
Yep.
and it's gonna be 15 slashing, and then the 5 on the other side, radiant damage.
Okay, you can tell that this thing is officially bloodied.
Great, that's my turn.
Did you roll advantage?
I didn't.
You
Let me
didn't.
roll 2 more to just see.
Just for crits.
Just in
Is
case.
it because it's grappled?
And
Or
I'm
Was it
flanking.
grappled?
Flanking.
Okay, also that. Duh, 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 duh.
Actions, you.
Grapple does not grant advantage, though.
Okay.
Face for grenades? No.
Okay.
No crits. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Guardian's gonna follow Filch's lead. Move to here. Throw a javelin. Whoa. Where'd you go? There you are. 11 to hit does not.
Good to know they're super high powered, guys.
Okay, that's all he can really do, other than moving more, but chooses not to. Back up to Odysseus.
Okay. I think Odysseus is going to. Oh wait. I just realized I can't do a spell that's an action that's a cantrip and then a spell that's an action that's a spell, right?
Right, but you can do
Right.
a bonus action spell.
That's what I have. I have a bonus action spell and then I have an action cantrip.
Yeah, then you can do that.
Yeah, that's how you
Okay.
can. That's exactly the scenario that you can cast 2 spells in 1 turn.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's the only thing I was. So she's going to toll the dead on him.
Okay.
So just reach out and a series of dictionaries will just fall from the sky. Natural dictionary. And for a total of 23.
On a wisdom save.
That is a wisdom save.
What was this save a 21? It's a high
DC
number.
21. Oh my goodness.
I know. We're level 13, guys.
You do not do it. And then
So it's
she
23 necrotic. Okay.
Hmm
23 necrotic damage. And then she is going to just look at Bust and reach out her hand to her. And Bust gets 12.
Nice.
And that is all she's going to do.
Okay. Pumpkin.
Cool. I am.
I'm looking.
Am I okay? So I know that this thing is big. I'm within like a 10-foot radius. Am I within its range?
Its
is it only 5
range. What do you mean?
It's
Just
reach.
like melee range.
Oh,
Sorry.
you'd be able to tell from the length of its legs that it could reach you if it wanted to.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just set up shop here then. That's fine.
It's
Uh,
also, because it's grappled, it would have disadvantage on attacks other than the thing that's grappling it.
Right.
Cool.
Oh, fair.
So it would have a harder time hitting you if you ever wanted to get away.
Okay. Cool. In that case, then I'm gonna grab 6 arrows out of my quiver and shove
Go.
them each directly down into the ground. They all kind of start to glow this like kind of pearlescent sort of color and appear to just wait. So I'm casting Cordon of Arrows. Whenever it ends its turn within a what is the radius of this? Within 30 feet, or it starts its turn. Or what is it? When it enters this range for the first time or ends a turn here, then one of those arrows will fly up to hit it. So it won't
Ooh.
actually hit it until its turn. But I got 6 of those bad boys just planted and ready to go.
Okay, so the bear is going to react very aggressively to you casting a spell, and will attack you with disadvantage. Is this disadvantage a part of the constructs feature?
It is a part of the 2024 grappling rules.
Oh, okay.
It lets you. Yeah, the original doesn't have that. The original doesn't have that feature, but the 2024 has a section called Attacks Affected. You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler.
Gotcha. Okay, so this will be at disadvantage, but it is plus 11.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Anti-magic swipe? What the fuck?
So 19 to hit you.
Is this a reaction?
Yeah.
It is a reaction.
That's cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Does that hit? Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, so here's
Did I
what
hit
happens.
twice, or did you just roll twice and they happen to both be 19s?
It was disadvantage, and it happened.
Oh,
to be
okay.
19.
Um,
Hang on.
Oh, what
yeah,
level
I
was
think
that
we
spell?
all
I
have
didn't check.
reactions.
3.
It was level 3. Okay, so
Cutting word?
with a question mark? Are you sure?
No. Pumpkin.
Cutting word. What is that?
Cutting words.
It subtracts a D, or you re-roll it, right?
No.
Cutting words is
D6.
you subtract a D6 from the roll.
I
I was
think
gonna say if you don't react, I was gonna hit it because I can't.
Cutting words.
Uh-huh.
As a reaction, and when they make attack roll, ability check, or damage, I can expend a use of bardic inspiration, roll the die, and subtract the number from the creature's roll.
Okay.
Nice.
And you said it's a D6?
Yeah.
6. I do not want this thing hitting Pumpkin.
Ooh,
So 14 to hit.
That does not hit then.
Great.
Okay.
let's go.
Nice.
All right. So it does not hit. Okay, your spell is successful and you are not harmed.
Wow.
Mark one of the 2 bardic inspiration I have away.
Right?
Thought I had that.
Anything else for Pumpkin?
I think that's all I can do because I can't. I'm afraid to move. Wait,
Sure.
it already used its reaction. That
Yes.
is
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just
it's
chill
just reacted, so you could move if you wanted to.
I could. I might. You know what? I'm gonna scoot up just a smidge, just right there, so I can keep an eye on my arrows. Nothing can take them out. No one can pick them up. They're there until they fly at this monster or like there's
Nice.
nothing to attack. So
Nice. That's cool.
yeah, it's dope.
That
I
is
was waiting to
good.
use that.
Okay, Bast.
Boss, since now she's also flanking, is going to. When I click on her sheet, she's going to attack him twice with her flame tongue sword. Yes. So first attack. Click it again. 25 to hit.
Yup.
Oh, and it's advantage because I just said it was.
Yeah. He's flanking.
26 to hit.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh.
7 piercing, 7 fire. Oh, did you have to turn it on?
You have to use a bonus action.
Oh yeah, bonus action. I would turn it on.
Yeah.
Bonus action, turn it on. So 7 piercing, 7 fire. I
I'm
would
sure
vex
the
it, which
pilot
would give her
light's still
advantage, but
on.
she's already got advantage, so I'm just gonna hit it again.
Yeah.
Also
Shit.
still with advantage. Bummer.
What the
Oh,
hell?
the 9 does not hit.
Yeah, neither time does it. That sucks. Well, and she's gonna stay there because moving feels like, well, she could move, but she would have to come back up to it to hit it a second time. Nah, she'll stay there. She's fine.
Okay.
It'll also have disadvantage on attacks on her if it tries
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And there's also still more things to attack, so that feels fine. She's a punchy boy.
Okay.
Because I believe now it's the bear's turn.
Logan, can you, for some reason I'm having trouble finding it and I don't want to waste time with it. Can you just quickly rattle off the stunned everything right now?
Oh, all of the grappling condition.
Yeah. Or
yes.
the condition that the bear is under right now. What are the details?
So it's currently grappled, so it has a speed of 0, and it can increase. It has disadvantage on attacks that aren't on attack rolls made against creatures that aren't the grappler.
Okay.
And the grappler can drag or carry you, but every foot of movement costs an extra foot. So I could drag it and consider it difficult terrain, or the golem could.
Okay. So the bear is instinctual enough that it's going to try to attack the construct. 18 and a 26 to hit it.
Those, I believe, will both hit. Let me double check to make sure its AC isn't insane. I don't think it is. Yeah, AC is 13 plus 5, 18, so yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly meets it, beats it.
So, I need to roll this.
Oh, they
quick.
both hit?
Yes.
Yep, they both hit.
Cool.
Okay. So the first hit is 17 piercing and 10 force.
Okay.
The second hit is 19 piercing and 10 force.
Minus 29. Gotcha.
Can I
Still
use
up.
the reaction?
It also...
Okay, Logan first. What's up?
I was gonna say, it also takes a d10 fire damage for starting its turn grappled.
Yes.
Nice.
because of the construct specifically. So that'll be an extra beep boop boop bop, 2 fire damage.
Okay.
And
And,
that was it.
Andrea, you said reaction?
Yeah, Sentinel. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you takes disengage or hits a target with other than you with an attack, I can make an opportunity attack against it. So.
Okay.
And is that attack still at advantage because I'm still flanking?
Yes.
Great.
Crit his
Okay.
ass.
I'm trying.
Yes.
28 to hit.
Yeah, it do.
It's gonna do 13 slashing, 5 radiant.
Okay. That was your reaction, and then
Reaction, yeah.
it did recharge this. So, Bost and Alaska need to make another wisdom save.
All right. Alaska's is first. Fuck.
Oh, dear.
Oh no.
God damn it.
And now Boss. Okay.
Okay, Bost saves. Alaska does not.
Bummer.
You are stunned from the magical glare of this bear.
Yo! That's
Um,
probably bad.
That's
Damn.
a really bad.
Really
it is.
bad.
It is notable that Bones is not stunned.
Great.
Hey!
Bones is the
Good
best
job.
dog in the world.
Good job, Bowens.
And then it's Cousin's turn.
Great.
Oh fuck. Okay. Hold on, I have to read a spell description now, real quick. No. Okay, I was gonna try to lesser restoration, but you need greater for stunned, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, lesser does it does like poison.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
like
like
poison or like paralyzed and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so-
being sad.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to cry and I'm gonna cast a Sorcerer's Burst at it from
Okay.
this far away. And then we'll do fire damage, I guess, because fire's cool.
So I'm gonna say between it being literally half covered by the wall and then a little bit more covered by the construct, it's going to have half cover if you shoot from here. Unless
If I do
is it a
from
roll
here.
to hit?
It is a roll to hit.
Okay,
so
yeah, it's gonna have half cover for that unless you move.
10, 20. If I move there, is that good?
Yeah, we'll call that good.
Cool. So it'll be right there then.
That natural 1 on that fucking wisdom save.
That's brutal, dude.
I know. I have a +8.
No, I got a nat one.
Oh!
It's okay.
What is
Rip.
happening?
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna use my bonus action. How many times can I use this? Hold on, I have to double check. Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna use my innate sorcery, so I just am buff now, and that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. Filch gets to go next. 10 to get
team?
out of the difficult terrain. And then circle around here to join the group up and hack slash party. He's actually going to pick up his javelin. Free action. But then he's gonna give like a flick of his like. Have you ever? What's the movie that Henry Cavill does the
Superman.
move?
Oh, it's it's Mission Impossible.
Oh,
It's
the way-
the-
Oh,
I
it's
thought it
like-
was super-
Yeah, where
where
he
he
like cocks
charges
his
his
arms
fist.
like guns. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reloading.
He essentially
Hell
like
Reload
does
his
that
fists.
move, and his hands like fing into these like really sharp blades.
Oh no.
I'm so glad I thought of that. It's like a funny thing in my head now.
It's so good.
That little gif is just replays in my mind pretty regularly. Of just
Yup.
Oh, yeah.
his
Yeah.
fist.
Okay, hits the bear twice for a total of 13 slashing damage, and the bear is in really bad shape at this point, by the way.
That's good.
Like 150 damage to it.
Yeah. Alaska, it is your turn.
No, it's not. I'm stunned.
Oh, that's right. You do roll again at the end of your turn, though.
Okay, I think Boss probably notices that something's up, that she's not doing anything, so I think he's just gonna back up.
You mean Bones?
Bones, that's what I meant. What did I say?
You said Boss.
I meant Bones. Bones is gonna be like, nah, I'm taking her out of this situation.
Yeah.
He's already... Actually, no. Wait, when did the bear go?
The bear does have its reaction back.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna maybe not do that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Bones is gonna try and bite his ass again because he made a brain stuff at his mom. Come on, Bones, with your +3 to hit. Where are you? Where's your attack? Where's your bite? Bite him. Yo!
21 hits.
Hell yeah. Get him, Bones.
He's gonna 2 piercing, and I'm gonna need that DC 11 strength save out of this bear.
All right.
When it adds to its strength.
DC 11
Yeah.
literally can't fail.
Ah, fuck.
If it rolls a 1. Okay.
It would be a
No.
12.
It would be a 12.
Yep.
Crazy pants.
He's trying so hard, darn it.
I know.
Doing his
Sweet
best.
Bones. He's just growling. He did his bite. That's Bones' turn. And I guess Alaska rolls again at the end of her turn.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Hey, can you be better this time?
Oh wait, no.
Let's go.
That is not how it works. It is until
Right.
the start of the bear's next turn.
Well,
Oh.
My
too
bad.
bad I
Has the
wasted
bear
that
gone
beautiful
yet?
roll, that 19.
Beautiful 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Question.
Yeah.
The bear went, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the arrows would have tried to shoot
Fired at
at
it.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go
because
for
if
it.
it ends its turn within 30-foot radius of it, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I think it has disadvantage of that because it's still grappled.
It does not have disadvantage.
Oh,
It's
worth a shot.
21.
Oh, I forgot to make the
21,
attacks
okay,
from the golem as well.
It saves. So it's just going to take half damage, and it's not much because there's 6 arrows. But whatever half of this is, so 5. So
Okay.
what? 2?
3.
3.
Round
and
up
then
for
Thanks
us.
for rounding up.
and then yes, the golem's attacks.
Yep, that'll just be 2 of these, and that'll be plus 12 to each. So 16 to hit for one, and a 21. I think. No, what am I talking about? 27. 27 and 16.
Is it plus what?
It's plus 12 because it's my spell attack mod.
Okay, so yeah, 27 and a 16. Yep, both of those hit.
Cool, cool, cool. That'll be 2d8 plus 8. Cool, so 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 8 is 22 bludgeoning on that guy.
Okay. Kaizen, please flavor the demise of your weird
Yay.
bear foe.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, buddy.
I think the so is it, it's like flailing around trying to eat snap at the golem. So I think that it's just kind of like it has the one sword in its arm, just kind of like smashing from the top, and then eventually after that flurry of attacks, it would break apart the golem and just all of the metal would fall on top of it. Because my concentration would run out about now because I cast it at the same time that Alaska did the thing on Bost. So
Nice.
just kind of all of the metal from the golem just kind of crushes it. And then
Nice.
it turns back into its box.
Nice.
Very cool. I realized halfway through that fight that we blew way past our window for a usual first break. So let's take a quick break right now. We will be right back.
Good stuff,
Yee.
guys.
All right, we're back. No, we killed this. That can go away.
Goodbye.
We just got done fighting that big scary bear monstrosity, not undead or whatever it was you were looking for.
Yeah.
Wow, am I keeping you awake? Sorry.
No, sorry, I just happened to be a yawn. Fuck.
I'm just kidding.
Let a
I'm
bitch
just
yawn.
kidding.
How dare you?
Oh man. Okay. Both of your Warforged companions are fairly silent as they. One of them had picked up his javelin already. The other goes and picks up his, and they just kind of
Boss will go get her trident.
awesome. Yeah, they just kind of like generally check themselves out. They still look good,
Nice.
and look to you for direction on where you want to go next.
Alaska's gonna, for some reason, Boss is down 4 hit points, and I don't like. Starting us playing, she was down to 101 out of 105, and I don't know why. Because I don't think that anything hit us in the first fight.
There was the fight with the swords and armor at the beginning of the dungeon.
Fair. I will. Well, either way, I'm gonna heal her up to 1. I'm gonna lay on hands her up to full, which will be
4 points.
15 hit points. Nothing.
Doesn't look right on the map. Yep, that's not correct. Okay.
Up, down, or forward, I guess.
The path down looks like it turns upwards.
Oh, does it loop?
Yeah.
It looks like it goes
But
that
this
way.
one also, yeah, the one that we're currently kind of in also feels like it. Oh, there's that one though. Well, that's where the goo is going. It's like up here.
I guess we should
Should we-
probably look the goo.
Yeah, I feel like we should follow the goo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should probably follow the goo.
follow the goo.
So
Alright.
the goo you can see when you go here, Odysseia, is flowing from up to the right.
Yeah.
So it's going this way. Can we go?
Right, but do we want to go downstream of the goo or upstream of the goo?
I
'Cause
guess
don't
we want to
to
go
the-
upstream.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
we're
want to
going
go to like
force.
the like
The
start
engine
of the
where it's
goo.
going.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
I think so. Hmm?
E?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's right. I am misreading this map.
Okay.
You would have seen. So this would help clarify a bit too. When you were down here, the one little river of goo flowing into the pool.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You would have been able to see, but the walls are drawn incorrectly, I think. No, they're not. I just missed it. You would have seen that you were essentially crossing a small bridge.
Ah. Oh.
So, yeah, right here, there is there's another little river of goo flowing under where you were here, and they met together in that. So you'd be able to tell that flow was essentially coming from here, and it's being sourced from up here.
Okay, so I think we should go up that way.
Do we want to cross the bridge?
The bridge is where you came from.
Oh,
So
we
we
can't
already
cross
crossed the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's keep going then.
Yeah.
Towards the goo.
Okay.
Feels right.
So this. I will have to move you guys. So
Great.
nothing happens. It's just a narrowing passage that you follow the goo up,
Okay.
Also
Um,
bones.
and the
Hello.
source of the goo here ends up actually going into the wall, so you kind of lose the trail of it. But this pathway does continue up to here. I shifted.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, that was weird.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I tried moving Boston, I misclicked, and it like super elongated her token instead of moving it.
That's funny. She's suddenly really tall.
Long cat.
And then these two. Okay. You may continue.
Great. Come on.
Is there any like or any more of that like residue of the I forget what the event is called, but like the thing that was the magic dust that was preserving
the
all
mourning.
bodies. Yeah, the day of mourning.
Oh,
Resident-
make an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta move.
Skadoosh. Let's see what I have. Oh, 15.
15. Okay. Excuse me. You would notice that the dust seems to actually be only within a certain distance of the gray matter.
Oh,
Oh.
that sucks and is terrifying.
Yeah. Pumpkin, you cannot wait. You're supposed to have dark vision, don't you?
With the goggles or the amulet, or she has a thing that gives it to her.
Okay, why
Yeah.
does it not?
Yep.
Why is it not giving you dark vision?
I have dark vision.
I think she has a lantern.
Everything's just
also.
like I do. Yeah, I forgot about that. Shit.
You have a lantern of revealing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. I think that I can see from. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think that I could see
Oh,
from pumpkin.
it's
from
bright
last
light
time.
in 300 feet radius. Oh shit.
And
Oh,
it's
okay.
dim light
The-
in
the
another
lantern. Mm-hmm.
Token emits light 300 feet.
300.
30
30.
feet
Oh,
of bright
30.
light and an additional 30 feet of dim light.
Nice.
It burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil. So I need to like keep finding oil. I wonder if the weird goo works for that.
That would be insane to figure out.
Insane.
Maybe because it changed the color of your feather, it would be like the fucking like the multicolored candles.
Yo!
Oh, that would be so cool.
Hey,
It's like
right.
Strobe light, dude. Hell yeah.
Okay, so in here you see 2 tunnels branching off opposite sides. The tunnels reconvene in an overhang 15 feet above the passage to your east.
Oh, so they like connect to this overpath bit?
Yes. Yes.
And then there's a path continuing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got this thought, like, man, why can't we see all of it like we could last campaign? And then I realized, oh, that's because Taryn was giving us 300 feet of vision every time we
Yeah.
did fucking anything.
300 feet of
clerics
dark
now.
vision in every
Yeah.
direction.
Yep.
Every
good.
fucking where.
Ow! What?
The Twilight cleric.
Domain.
Yeah.
Twilight Domain cleric, insane. Fully insane.
Amazing.
So everywhere we went, like it was usually like ideally the first hour, but we never turned it off, so we could just see
Mhm.
everything all the fucking time.
I also
Yeah.
had just like an unreasonable amount of times I could do it, so it like really didn't matter that much because there was no way we were spending that much time in a dark area.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I guess we should just keep going forward.
Just straightforward, yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, because I mean, if they just join,
Yeah,
Whoa.
getting underneath it, it looks like it just does a loop on itself.
yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
fun, but I don't know why.
Unhelpful.
Oh, we're getting to sharp corners.
Oh, is that like an
Yeah.
overhang sort of thing? So we're walking.
Yeah,
underneath
it like
Yeah.
does an up.
Okay.
Yep.
It's another
Um,
bird.
okay.
That's cool.
So Odysseus, as you get here, the structure of this place gets really funky. So I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry.
Square. Haven't found any squares before, really.
Yeah, so it would be obvious that you're going back, like you exited the Colossus's body and we're just in the cave, and now with like the square walls and corners, you can tell you're getting back into the body. You see here, this is just a generally empty ruined chamber. It's so collapsed in that it's difficult terrain. But then you can see into the next area, which looks like it leads into a passage to the right, a passage to the left, and then farther into the right as well. You can tell you're at about probably the level of the chest of the Colossus.
Mm.
So we cross the difficult terrain. Oh dear, I see someone.
Yeah, you can see across the way.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of someone.
That's a couple of guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so they hear you coming, and they sort of turn your direction. They don't move, and they open their mouths, and all you can hear is this kind of breathy exhale, almost like they're screaming, but they can't scream.
Oh,
Um,
hate that.
And
It's like
they
hard.
otherwise do not move.
Okay.
What if we close our eyes at the same time? Maybe they'll get really close.
Do they look like ghosts?
I can show you what they look like.
Mm,
They look suspiciously angel-shaped.
Suspiciously angel shaped.
oh,
God.
hate that.
Spooky.
Okay.
What
My
are
God.
you?
It's a white.
You're like a ghoul out of Mad Max.
He looks
Cool.
really cool. Love that guy.
They have skulls on their knees.
Why would you
Yup.
put a skull on me? That's not where skulls go.
It is for them, I guess.
I mean, do we have to go all the way in there to like pass them, or can we go down this like other structure?
I mean, yeah, let's go down like a side passage maybe.
Get to here.
Because like the other ghosts couldn't get to
Yeah.
stuff. What's this?
Alaska's pretty holy. She's gonna come up to like here and see if they do anything other shit to us.
They continue to just stare at you with their arms just down, and they look like they're like trying to lean forward, and they just like continuously nonstop just.
Oh.
Okay.
Odysseia, and then the rest of you as you pass into here can see to your right.
Yes.
Ashley, can you see your token?
Me?
Wait,
Ash.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Chilling. Yeah. I
The
just-
settings on it were looking funky to me for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So here you see a wooden steel captain's chair that tops the platform in the center of the room.
Right.
And slumped in the chair is a skeletal corpse wearing a Siren regalia. Reminder, Siren is like the, it's like a race of people in this
Yeah.
world. And the skeleton's wearing a silver helmet with a sizable dent in the top of it.
Ah.
And then a viewport made of shimmering crystal overlooks the mists of the Mournland. You can see out of the chest of this Colossus right here.
That's cool. So there's like there's a skeleton in an outfit, but he wouldn't be the sort of person who like had the docent and was controlling things.
Correct.
Can I investigate the helmet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 20?
You can tell it's got some kind of magical properties. And the as you get close to it to investigate it, you kind of hear this faint metallic clanking.
Like in the helmet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm feeling
I'm gonna-
so razzed today, and I know I shouldn't. Ugh. I feel like so he's like a controller of the. He was not the controller, but he like.
Make an insight check.
Is this link? Oh, I just get advantage no matter what.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all just get advantage
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
insight, regardless.
30.
Doom.
Okay. You know, generically and vaguely speaking, that this Colossus was built differently from other Colossi. It's
Okay.
special in some kind of way or ways, from what you've been told.
Right.
This chair with someone sitting in it, so centralized in this Colossus, with the view going out, wearing a special helmet. This would indicate to you that this is probably someone that was meant to control this Colossus. That would be in conflict with how you understand Colossi are controlled. You understood them to be controlled by docents only.
Right.
This must be a part of how this one is different. Doesn't require a docent to be controlled. And this helmet must be part of, you know, there's a link there between that assumption and this helmet. You also recall from what Alaska described to you as like the moment it changed from stone to the Colossus and then immediately teleported and then oops, it's in a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That would tell you that at least this person would have been here at that moment. And they must have died from the incident.
I feel like we've got to destroy the helmet.
I feel like we gotta put the helmet on.
I feel like we're gonna destroy the helmet.
I feel like we got to destroy the helmet because we don't want this to move. We
I
should
feel like
not.
Alaska's not touching the helmet.
I want to touch the helmet.
You could touch the helmet.
I don't know. I just.
I'm more
Boss
worried
would
about
also-
I wanna know.
Boss would
This is,
also
like, my
touch the
whole
helmet.
thing. This is my whole thing. Is that I want to know.
I know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, do whatever you need to. I just think that once we figure out what it is.
If
we
Odysseus
should
touches
blow it
the
up.
helmet, does something happen? Can I touch the helmet?
You
Alaska's
can always
going
touch
to-
the helmet.
Alaska will be within 10 feet of her as she touches the helmet.
Okay, she's gonna like touch the helmet to, because there's like sounds coming from inside of it, right?
Yeah, and Alaska, when you get and Kazan, when you get close to like within 5 feet of it, you can hear faintly
Yeah.
this occasional like, it's almost as if the helmet's being hit with a stick like every few
Sure.
seconds. So yeah, you touch it, nothing happens.
Like detect curse or something. Ooh.
I want to prepare a sorceress burst in case we like pull this off the head and the whites like come charging in because of some weird like
Oh,
undead
yeah,
magic.
yeah. That's fair.
So I want to just be ready to like shoot at one of them if they come running in.
Should we destroy it, or should we try it on? The thing is, we've heard a lot about the helmet, so I'm curious.
But I think we need to. But I feel like if we have the helmet on, it's gonna make the Lord of Blades more powerful because then they'll be another step closer to turning on the Colossus.
If we have the helmet on or if we have the helmet, period.
If we just have the helmet.
I mean,
If
they
the
would
helmet's
still
destroyed, they can't turn it on. I think,
True.
Probably.
But,
Can we
like,
destroy the helmet?
I don't think the helmet is the primary thing that's controlling it. Like, we know that the goo is helping to do that too. So it's like,
But
it
there's
has-
like, and there's
think
for
this
sure a
is, like,
noise coming from the helmet.
The noise is coming from the helmet, yes.
Can you look in the helmet?
Can I look in the helmet? Can I like take the helmet off the skeleton and like inspect it
And
to
put her
try
head
to
inside of it.
where the noise is?
You
Yeah,
just put
you
it
can do
on
that.
and see what happens. If
I'm not gonna put it on yet. I want to try it. I'm curious.
Sure.
So you pick up the helmet and the skeleton just like slumps over and collapses on the floor.
I'm sorry.
There doesn't, investigating it, you don't even have to roll for this. It just seems like a pretty mundane, ordinary looking helmet.
But it's got a dent in it like it got whacked.
Yeah,
You
That's my
can
assumption.
make a survival check.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's one that I'm good at. I'm not kidding, I am actually good at it. I am
Heck yeah.
proficient in survival.
Get that shit.
Oh, sorry, just to take the first one, 14.
Okay, so yeah, obvious enough, like blunt force
Wait,
trauma.
is this a one of the three things, an alchemical device, a technological something, or a third thing?
It's like an artifact.
Yeah, but let's roll that next. I think
Okay,
what you were trying to glean was not related
Oh,
to
yeah.
that just yet.
that's fair.
This roll was to essentially confirm, yes, blunt force trauma,
Oh, sure.
like overdid the helmet and killed the guy.
Yeah.
But thinking back to your vision and seeing what all transpired with this thing, he had to have been here when the oops happened with the teleport.
right.
And judging between like all the rubble that is in and around this this Colossus, like at the moment that it got lurched into the mountain where it wasn't supposed to be, something must have hit this guy in the head and just killed him.
Sure.
Would you say that the skeleton has a mouth?
It, for all intents and purposes, looks like a human skeleton. So yes.
I tried to talk to him.
Can I cast Speak with Dead?
Hey,
I think so.
that thing
Let's,
that you can do.
Shout out to you earlier going, I would never cast Speak with
Because
Dead.
I've never done it. What does this dude know?
It's It's the like we get 5 questions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still readying a sorceress burst, just
Fair.
in case.
Did y'all? I have a question about. I just realized this as well. In Speak with Dead, you can do this to anything that's been dead for an indeterminate a long amount of time. With
Yes.
the people that you found that looked like they had been killed seconds prior but had been there forever, did you
Didn't
think to
even
either
didn't
do
even
that?
bat an eyelash.
Did not think
Okay.
about
That I
it.
had this spell until I was looking at my spells today.
Did anyone think of the concept of you might be able to bring them back because magically speaking they've only been gone for seconds?
We
So you
also-
could potentially revive somebody.
We also did not think that. No.
I think I asked if we could, and it was like, by all intents and purposes, technically they have been dead for many years. They just
Right.
don't look like it.
Right.
That's it.
I
yes.
see. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it would be like a resurrection or nothing. We couldn't.
Yeah.
hurt it.
Yeah.
I think I
It's
asked.
more, yeah.
I was
I
like,
think of
I'll
it more of like a Vesuvius situation where like we've got really incredibly like pristine stuff from that eruption, but everybody died instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're also mega dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mega dead.
The most
Yeah.
dead. Yeah.
Super mega
Term is mega dead.
I love
Okay.
this.
When I talk to this dude.
So you can cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
Do you see the little skeletal drawing on this? Is that an altar or something?
No, it's just
it
like
a
a chair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
a little
just
guy.
Like, just a little guy.
Bones in a
Love it.
chair.
Up to 5 questions.
Hang yourself from the bones in a chair.
What am I but bones in a chair?
Right. Feels so
Can we
real.
see through the big window?
Oh yeah.
Sick. How's the view?
You know, barring the weird mist, I would say it's actually quite fetching. You're like a couple 100 feet up in the air now from the ground level that you started at. You can see out to where you know the veterans are hiding, and if you didn't see the devices they were using to hide in the sand, you wouldn't be able to tell that they're there. And you can see a little farther than usual into the landscape. There's another Colossus way out in the distance to your southwest, and then even the iconic like flags of the veterans camp that they packed up.
Cool.
How did you guys hear about this helmet, by the way?
We touched it just now.
Okay. For some reason, I heard someone say something like, "Yeah, you've known about this for a while." I'm like, "How?"
No, it's
How'd
just
you know about it?
he just very specifically described it, and I'm probably overthinking that. So,
I love
Um,
it.
but like
Um,
we do know that it's unusual that this guy is here compared to everything we've heard. So
Right.
like, I'd love to ask him what his deal is.
That's a good
yeah. So again, just to make sure it's clear, the like big thing on the table is like this is the first indication you have from what you understand about Colossi that this one is different. There's a non-Warforged that seems to be in what looks like the captain's chair, which
Right.
is in conflict with what you understand about how these are controlled.
Well, also there's like bunk beds, and Warforged don't sleep, which is another indicator, right?
Right.
That would, like, your passive insights are good enough. That would tell you that whether Warforged are involved with this Colossus or not is kind of up for debate still. There hasn't been any explicit evidence of that. But that would tell you that this Colossus was at least partially crewed by non-Warforged.
Okay. My theory is that it's like Pacific Rim drift compatible, one dude in the torso, one dude in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And like the helmet is like talking to each other, maybe.
It would become very clear by this point, if it hasn't been already, that Colossi in general, because it did come with an earlier description, Colossi in general, like they are generally controlled by one, but they're usually manned by many.
Right.
Because you did hear a description that like the various areas inside the Colossus can be like rooms, like
Okay.
quarters and storage and stuff like that. Okay, so Speak with Dead takes
Yes.
10 minutes to cast. Anything in particular that's happening during that 10 minutes for everyone else? You can say no. It's not meant to be leading into anything. I just don't want to take away the opportunity.
Nah, I just want to look out the window. I know it was already described. I'm just chilling, looking out the window.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's
Like you're flying because you're so big up in the
That's
sky.
exactly it. Thank you. You understand Pumpkin to a T.
Set up a little wind machine also, so you can be like,
Nice.
She's got a little fan. Oh my god.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna ask him exactly. Or ask her. I don't know. Ask them.
Maybe we spend 10 minutes doing that. What about something like how
I guess part of the thing is it was a stone statue and then it got teleported and turned into a Warforged stone guy at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, did they pre-build these spaces in and pre-built, and so this guy was in it as it was being transformed?
I mean, that's a lot of a question, but yeah. Or even like, where did this thing come from? Would maybe be a good starter. Like, this Colossus is obviously different from the other ones. Where is this Colossus from? Just would be a good piece of information to know.
Do you know who created the Colossus?
Exactly.
Can the Colossus run without this helmet?
Yeah. Do you operate the Colossus?
Okay, so I think I've got what I need.
Okay.
Hang on.
Good, because we're about to ask about it.
Do you operate it? Do you operate it alone?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Is the helmet required to operate?
I'd stick with those, and then maybe with one of the answers, we'll come up with another one.
I guess the last one is, do you know who the mages were and why they wanted to create this? What is your knowledge of the mages who created the Colossus?
There you go. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
End of 10 minutes. The skeleton just kind of like sits up and looks toward Odysseus with it's completely a skeleton. So it's just empty eye sockets.
Hello, friend. We are attempting to understand the nature of your death. Can you tell me where this Colossus came from?
Ooh, okay. Vic,
Yes.
I'm not that DM, but as a warning.
Technically, the
no.
question was, can you tell us? And the answer to that question is yes.
No!
I'm not
Yeah,
that,
so
I'm
you
not that
gotta-
DM, but you
Thank you.
will run into that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you. Thank you. I need to be better at this. I'm
I-
trying to be polite.
Yes.
I-
we are going
I'm
to ask
gonna-
you some questions. Question number 1.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
We're gonna ask you
going to
questions.
operate under the spirit of what I understand you to be asking. Just
Thank
as a
you.
heads up,
I
if
will
you,
do
especially
better.
if you turn
Yeah.
it, you run a game with somebody who's just trying to be funny or generally is a dick.
Yeah,
The
I
answer
heard
would have
that
been
happen too, and I
yes.
was like, fuck.
Like the DM.
I did not think about that part. Will
So-
you? No, not will you.
No. Just straight, what is the question? Ask him
But
the
the question is,
Yeah.
where is the Colossus from?
Great.
Oh, damn it! That's one I was not ready for.
That was literally the first one we wrote down.
That's what we said.
I was looking up other stuff. And, I'm sorry, I missed that one. Sorry, this is just gonna take a second.
It's okay.
I feel like I have the very unfortunate social habit of quantifying all of my questions, and I need
Yes.
to not do that in this scenario.
I feel that so hard, dude.
See, I felt like I got close to that with gosh, who was when I cast Commune with Ayun, and so I prefaced why I was asking each question, and then I asked each question.
Smart, very
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to ask for a little context help. Again, in the spirit of what are you trying to get at? Can you, over the table, help me clarify what's the purpose behind this question?
We're trying to figure out if the other Colossus were created in Eberron, and why is this one different? Like trying to understand if this one
Mostly,
was
why is it different?
Yeah, why is it different? Like, is it from a different place?
Gotcha. Okay. So you're all that in mind, your actual question was, where is this Colossus from?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the skeleton's jaw is going to open and close. You can tell it's trying to speak, but it doesn't have lips or a tongue. So you'll like get a little like blip in your connection to it, in like feeling the magical energy, and you'll get a telepathic response instead.
Thank you.
This unit was constructed in Sire, along with the rest.
In where? Sire?
another town.
Cyre. Yeah, it's a city in Eberron.
Okay.
You would know that from previous historical research on Eberron.
We are trying to understand how this Colossus. Does the Colossus require a single operator?
Over the table versus like many?
Like, if I say, do you operate it alone? They do not presently do that. So it's like,
Right.
is it a one, basically one driver, drift compatible drivers?
Got it.
Does it require only one?
Yeah.
He who wears the helmet pairs with Landro. Landro is the name of the Colossus.
Oh,
Because-
Landro's the big boy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's alive.
Insight check.
That's a good question to ask.
Just out loud. Oh, so it's alive. Question number 3.
I'm
So
not
it's-
counting that as question number
That
3.
was a statement. That was
I
a
know.
statement, not a question.
I'm gonna need you guys to read the novel Waking Gods by Sylvain Nouvelle.
Oh my
Vibe with
god.
this at all.
No, I can't.
So good.
This is actually
So wait, are we making a check about whether or not it's alive?
You are welcome to.
Is that an insight?
Yeah.
Cool. Oof, 19.
Okay. Pairs with Landro. You can tell is. I'm gonna say you can tell it's not intentionally cryptic, but it's not as direct as you would have hoped.
Okay.
This corpse is not trying to be indirect about its responses, but that wording
Sure.
is just like it didn't connect for you.
Sure.
Is the helmet... Do I say, is it the key or is it required to operate Landro, do you think, team?
I'd say required.
required, probably.
Is the helmet required? I guess, is the helmet the only thing required to operate Landro?
There we go.
Mhm.
The helmet allows non-Warforged to captain the unit.
Okay.
Very good to know. Okay.
That's 2?
That's
Three?
3.
3. So we
Wait,
have
what was
2
that third
more.
one?
What is your knowledge of the mages who
Turned Landro from a stone
created
to a colossus.
Landro?
teleported Landro to Sire or out of Sire.
Activated Landro?
Oh, activated's good.
I think, what is your knowledge of the mages who activated Landro?
The mages were required to transform and teleport it. Your passive insight alone would tell you he didn't know much about it at all.
Sure.
Right. I am asking the pilot of the ship what the generals know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be teleported somewhere.
I feel like I have two options for the last question. Option one is, do you know why Landro was created?
Well, that's a yes or no question, so that would only give us a yes or a no.
Again, in the spirit of getting at what you want to ask, I would
Right.
not do that.
Sure.
Right.
What's your other option?
I guess it was going to be like something like, what was your name? Because it feels really shitty personally to like not
Mhm.
Sure.
this person as a being, but also like we do need to get information. So I'm kind of like,
I think the like with the why was Landro created, is that like specifically about like why was it made different from the other Colossus? Or
I guess here's what I'm seeing is this Colossus is a collaboration, I think, because it is a Colossus that does not require exclusively a Warforged or, based on what is said, exclusively a non-Warforged, either can pilot.
Mhm.
Which would not make sense if you are on a war and you do not want your opposition to pilot this war mech. So, it seems that this is a collaborative creation of two races. Is what I am inferring from the information we have gained.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was thinking of it from the other angle of because Warforged were created as like soldiers to fight people wars, that it was like, well, I don't want like it was people wanting to get involved with the mech piloting instead of like just letting the Warforged do it.
But at
Like
this,
that's how I was seeing.
but at this point, aren't the Warforged and the people fighting? When this
Yes.
like that's the knowledge we have.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that got it to blow up, like that was still going on while the war was happening.
So
Right, but
the,
that-
the
Or got a
Warforged,
teleport, excuse me.
the Warforged were, as I understand it, created first
Yes.
by the same people, or
Right.
mostly by the same people, to be sentient but non-exhaustive super soldiers to protect Sire from its enemies. Like, generically speaking, that's what they were for. The Colossi were an extension of that to have even better super weapons to defend Sire against its enemies. So at one point, the Warforged, the Colossi, and the people of Sire were like all on the same side fighting against other people.
Everybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like based on our knowledge of the history of this place, the Warforged and the human beings are now at this point at war.
So now it seems like at least here, this splinter faction of Warforged has now turned against basically all non-Warforged.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of like the aftermath of the war.
Oh, so it's only
Yeah.
wait.
It wasn't so like the war was not Terminator where it was like all of the robots were killing all of the humans. It was
Okay.
everybody was using everything together. Some big magical wackadoo came in and took out an entire country and we all went, cool, truce.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank
And
you.
then,
then-
2 years later, now all of the Warforged are like, why don't we recreate a situation? And then now that's the fighting that we are in the middle of.
Some of the Warforged.
An amount of
yeah.
Warforged.
Okay. I guess why was Landro created?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's good.
Why was Landro created?
Landro is one of several units created without the limitation of Warforged control.
Got it.
And then the skeleton slumps back down to the ground.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, my friend.
So maybe we don't destroy the helmet if we can prevent it. If we can prevent the Lord of Blades from controlling it another way. Like if one of us has a helmet on, and the Lord of Blades is trying to tell Landro to do something else, we could keep it from.
So we know that the helmet is not like if I put the helmet on, would I be able to like try to meld with Landro, basically?
I mean, based on the
Oh,
information we
no.
just got from this dead body, probably. Or not know.
Yeah.
Can I put it on? I know it's got a dent, but can't I just kind of wiggle my head in?
Yeah.
Readying my sorceress burst.
I am within 10 feet of you, so that when you have to make that saving throw,
Oh
you're adding
no!
4
I just want to know if like I can figure out where, because like if it's vaguely conscious and there's goo everywhere, maybe the goo can tell me where people are.
Yeah, it's been so ominous that it's called gray matter. Why are we?
Yeah.
Why is,
That's for sure not a brain.
Okay,
Definitely
so
not.
you put the helmet on. Simultaneously, the whites in the other room are gonna lean in even more and like open their mouths wider with this like unrelenting continuous scream. It's like a louder whisper though, and a mote of light appears above each of them. You can see a will-o-wisp accompanying them, clearly indicating that something intense is happening right now. And you do need to make a Constitution save.
Oh,
Plus 4.
Great.
You got that +4.
I have a +4.
Yeah, because you're within 10 feet of me.
Well, I rolled a 24.
Nice.
Dang.
Okay. Successful save. You experience, to keep it blunt, the exact same vision that Alaska experienced with the ghost.
Sick. Okay.
Seeing the all black with the Colossus and the mages, and the moment that the spell is almost finished, but it gets interrupted by this earthquake, appearing in the mountain, and then, but on top of that, it'll like shoot you back into the perspective of this captain. At that moment, sitting in this chair, like ready to roll, and then everything goes black, and you feel a donk on the top of your head, and then you are here.
In that moment, do I learn the captain's name?
You do not.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna take it off and hand it to Alaska and go, maybe we should put this somewhere that's hard to be found.
Opens the bag.
Bloop.
Womp.
Just in case. Just
Totally.
in case. Okay.
Putting the helmet away, the will-o-wisps fade back to invisibility, and the whites take it back
Yeah.
down a notch, but they're still just like,
They just
In-
chill out.
yeah, they're still in this state of like generally looking like they're struggling against something to get to you, but can't.
Are we gonna have to go past them to get around anywhere through here?
So upon checking that out, you can see that there's no immediately obvious way to continue, except in the spinal shaft now,
Okay.
there is some gray matter ooze just kind of bubbling up from the rocks that are at your ground level. But you can see that there is a way up, and you would have heard during all that stuff I was describing with the helmet, you would have heard some banging and bashing happening a little ways up.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty prime place for some shenanigans to go down. Do we want to just? Does the hole still feel like it's like doing a sucking things up elevator?
No, but you can see that there are a series of rocks that you could climb
Oh.
to make your way up.
Right, but like with like a climbing skill or like rocks that look like stairs.
Somewhere in between.
Okay.
no.
Not exactly
Like, when we-
stairs, but like a little
Is
effort
it
to
like-
get up.
Does it look like we're gonna have to be metagame here, making checks to get up it?
No,
Okay,
it'll just be generally slower than walking upstairs.
sure.
And we can see that, like, in the room where the whites are, there's just, like, nothing else.
Let me double check.
Oh, we can see that. I'm just like, can we just be like, hey guys, goodbye.
Right.
Yep.
You seem
Later.
stressed.
Yep, that is the case.
So
Okay.
up the spinal hole we go.
Let's just avoid the guys, I guess. They look like they're having a bad day.
It might
Yeah.
be another like weird barrier situation where they can't like get to us
Hmm.
without a threshold.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down to go up.
All right, let's do an up.
Okay.
Everybody generally be ready in case any shenanigans go down.
Hmm.
'Cause I
Do the
bet there's
Warforged have any reactions to, like, us?
any of the stuff we just did.
Any of the shit that just went down?
Do the Warforged? No,
Yeah,
they're
our
they're like
friends.
silently observing everything that's going on and just generally kind of following you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
So I'm
like
gonna
a light
describe this and then move you there because we're working with
Okay.
tight spaces now.
Mhm.
Down. Okay. When we get there, you're gonna see a 30-foot tall chamber centering. Nope, that's changed. 30-foot tall chamber, and scattered across the floor are gonna be dozens of what look at first glance like dozens of large maps and scrolls. And
Cool.
there's like a whole bunch of like really heavy chunks of wood just scattered about the room.
Okay.
You can tell that the wood was actually like pieces of what looked like a kind of humanoid creature. And then like all the shelves and everything that would have assumedly be around this room are just like shattered and scattered around the room. Like some kind of serious, intense conflict happened in here. And now I'll move you here.
You missed me. Okay.
Here.
I'm like, all of my friends are just like, bye.
Oh shit! What the hell?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are here.
Hello.
Nope, I lost us. There we are.
We're up, we're top right.
Yep.
And then to the left and right. What else?
And a dead thing.
Like I said, the token is to indicate the creature. You can tell that like the chunks of wood would have been like pieces of a
Oh,
humanoid
sure.
creature that looks
That's
like it was
cool.
made out of
Okay.
wood. Why are you broken up like that? Okay.
There's like maps and stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of maps and scrolls and stuff scattered across the ground, and then you can see to the east and west. You can tell that you're in what would be like the shoulders of the Colossus. You can see ballistae mounted up onto windows looking to the north and south on both sides.
It's fun.
Ceiling in this room is 30 feet high, and it seems to be a little bit taller in the two ends.
The shoulders.
I want to go check out those maps because I'm proficient with navigator's tools. So I want to see what the, I want to see what it like looks like they were mapping out, and if they were like trying to go somewhere.
Sick. Hell yeah.
That's also one
Um,
of the tools I'm capable of using.
Hell yeah!
The two beautiful babes.
We can
going on
both find our
adventure.
way, but we don't know
we-
why we're there.
We wander around so much. We've gotta figure out where we're going.
We can get there,
Um,
but we don't know why we're going.
So,
But the journey, not the destination.
investigation check.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I help you? But I'm not good enough at it to help you, so I will just also help you. Or I will just also roll.
I can
and
help.
then,
Hell yeah.
I can
and then
help.
am I able to do the my
That's not
proficiency
me.
bonus because it's navigator's tools?
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
If I also
Uh,
do that, that gives me an 11.
You.
I've been rolling absolute ass at like thinking about things today. There we go. There's our numbers.
Hell yeah!
No, I can help.
This gets a little complex. Okay. So, I'm going to say, generally speaking, this looks like a collection of maps, navigation tools, and war plans. I'm just going to admit generically right now that, like, yes, it's war plans, but I would not be able to give you details.
Okay.
Sure.
But it would be easy enough to tell it's like from the time of the war, like generally plans for where this thing was supposed to go, what it was supposed to be used for. And it is not where it was supposed to be. You'd be able to confirm that.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I was gonna say, but these are old. It's not like these are like, this is something that the Lord of Blades is planning or anything like that.
Right. This would look like this was stocked here originally when Landro was created.
Gotcha. Okay.
You do also find, combining this investigation with previously researched history on Eberron before you came here, you do find, doesn't tell me how many.
Just some.
Pick a number.
Let's say 3. 3 maps depicting regions of Sire
Ooh.
that actually are different from what they look like right now. So you would understand that while they are useless to navigators now, the maps would be worth a pretty penny to people of the area that are like historians, collectors, or expatriates. What is that word?
Expatriates, people who no longer live there anymore.
Yeah, people who moved.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think
Expats. Yeah.
I think I'll load those up for sure because it's like, well, I mean, the vets will probably appreciate these at some point.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll load those up in my pack. And then just like let the team know that that's everything that was in there. Was it in this room over here?
Was what in this
Or
room?
just in that?
All the stuff you found.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where was all the?
all the stuff you found was in this room.
Oh, in the main one. Okay.
The main one. Yeah, in the other
wanna make
rooms, at
sure-
least at first glance, it just looks like these ballistae and like arrow holes.
Gotcha. Okay, I want to make sure I was in the right space for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Doesn't look like there's anything else here that would be too helpful for our situation.
As you're asking that question, you're all going to feel an earthquake force rumble. I need all of you to make a dexterity save.
If you're within 10 feet of me, which looks like it's just
Odysseus
Yeah.
and one of the Warforged.
you can add 4 to your dex save.
Okay.
And I gotta make one for boss.
Wait, what's happening? I'm so
Because I
sorry.
rolled a 6,
Dex
so
save.
I got a 10.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Somehow I doubt that's
14. Nice.
Boss got the 22.
Woohoo.
Alaska got the 15.
Odysseus, no.
I know. I get a +4, so I rolled a 10, but like, woof. Good at books. she's not
Okay,
good at it.
DC was 16, so anybody under 16 is going to fall prone from this
Everyone
rumbling.
but boss.
Ouch. Oh, and the 2 Warforged guys are okay, I think.
One of them is.
One of them is.
Yeah, one of them is.
So Filch is all right. Everybody else falls prone, and then you hear this booming voice from out this direction that says, "The engine is ready. Go!"
I
that's bad.
And you hear a bang come from the other room. Oh, hello. And you'll see 3 Warforged come out, running this direction.
And this is a tight.
This one, mercy.
This
Buddies.
one. This one is the only one that has an image.
Yeah. Glaive. That was bad.
Glaive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. He has a little wrist crossbow. Oh my god.
Yeah. And we need to roll initiative.
Great.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can we get this the big guy out of the way just for like
Yeah.
space for all of us to be Great.
It's just
I almost-
shattered wood on the floor.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of us and it's small.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, jeez.
Oof. Boss got 13 with advantage.
Oh, do we roll with? Or we're not doing that.
No, Boss just gets advantage because of all of the things that she
She's-
has. Yeah.
Sick.
Oops. Should only be one. That guy should. Doo-doo-doo.
Boop-de-boo.
Okay, what did we get? Odysseus at a 10.
I'm on the ground.
Pumpkin's at a 28. Oh, Bost. Where'd you go?
Boss is the bottom 13.
Okay. Kazan,
5.
5.
Alaska has a
Alaska's.
16.
Okay. Oh,
What prompted them to attack again? We were just here.
you hurt, so you felt this like earthquake basically. And that prompted someone saying from this direction, the engine is ready, go.
Shit.
And these guys popped up and they are clearly like immediately hostile toward you.
Cool.
I am missing 2 things. Sorry, I thought I had this ready. I did not.
Do any of these guys look like the guys that were around the Lord of Blades?
Yes,
That's what I was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
They
great
were.
question.
yes.
Or like the same style of doing a fight.
No, you can tell from like their armor and markings on them that these two were directly there with the Lord of Blades when she did the thing.
Wait, we know what the Lord of Blades sounds like. We know her voice.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
And you
Was
heard
Was that
her voice.
Okay.
Damn it.
God damn
Follow-up
it.
question. Do these guys look like the same types of guys that attacked us first when we were like fucking around in the desert?
How so?
Like the abilities that they have, because like one was like a commander guy and the other two were like worker guys, and like basically like fighting style wise, I want to know if they're still gonna get 4 attacks on us each, because it's gonna change tactically what I'm gonna do.
One of them looks similar. The one in front looks slightly more intense.
Great.
Good.
Yeah, this is very good to know because I might put myself in a situation where no one else gets hurt again.
Okay. We're gonna do this. Pumpkin, you get to go first.
Okay. Okay, cool. Where's my character sheet? There you are.
I saved the really intense battle music for the really intense battles.
Hell yeah.
I really like this one too. Okay, I think I'm gonna do my cordon of arrow thing again because I didn't really get to utilize that last time. Let's see. Is it just these two guys over here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna back up just a smidge. Basically, I'm gonna like stand on top of this defeated creature, whatever it is, and just stick a bunch of arrows in it in any place that I can.
Okay.
And then just prep those for whenever they enter within a 30-foot radius, either on the start of their turn or they end their turn there. So it's kind of just one of those prep things.
Okay.
I think that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. You are going to hear banging and like metal on stone clanging and scratching coming from this direction. And then this guy right in front of Kazan here is going to take 2 shots with his like arm crossbow at you. All he does is like point at you and like squeeze his fingers twice and a bolt shoots at you, and then another one automatically pops into the socket and shoots again.
Okay. Semi-automatic crossbow. God
Yup.
damn it.
They're rated what?
The rated bolts, fuck you.
Yeah, 23 and 22 to hit you.
What?
Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
Wait, who's this attacking?
Wait,
Sorry,
Kazan.
Kazan,
Oh,
yes.
me?
It's gonna hit all of
Oh.
us.
I think I'll use shield and tell him to go
Oh.
fuck himself because what?
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that'll be my. So I'll throw up my hand and like a gust of wind will blow the arrows into the top.
Nice. Okay. Glaive is going to hop onto the wall here and climb straight up 20 feet.
All right, whatever, buddy.
Yes, right.
This guy is going to do the same over here.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
That 23 will still hit. The 22 will just won't.
Oh, got it.
I just had to. I redid the math in my head, and my AC is 23 now for the until it's my turn.
Okay, so that'll be 6 piercing damage from the bolt hitting. And then this guy is going to shoot one bolt at you as well. 13 to hit, does not hit.
Good God.
Climbs up the wall as well. That'll bring us to Filch. Oh man, this is one of those fights where I have to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Filch is gonna get right here and try to shoot a bolt at this guy. Or javelin, not bolt. Not the same tools. 22, I believe. Hits. Yes, it do. 4. Nice. Now it's Alaska's turn.
I have nothing range. He's right there. It's too bad they're not closer. Can I move it? I'm reading real quick. In roughly right here, boop. Like this spot here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast, or like right in this corner, boop, boop, this corner of these guys. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Shift, Alt. Which one do I click? Is that it?
Alt.
There it is. Yeah, so right immediately here with a 5-foot radius for 10 total whole feet, I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from this gentleman. Just this guy. The glaive.
Okay. Con save from Glaive.
Hell yeah.
6.
DC was 17, so he's gonna get Moonbeam. I'm gonna upcast it to 3rd level because
Nice.
it can. So it's gonna be 3d10 radiant damage
Youch.
for 21 radiant damage, and I think it just hangs out there.
It does.
When it enters a spell for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So does it not happen until its next turn?
Correct.
Okay, well, when it happens to be its turn, it's gonna get 3d10 radiant damage.
Yeah, we'll count that fail.
Great.
Okay. Anything else?
And if it's a shape changer, it cannot it reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light, which isn't fucking doing anything, but you know. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna move myself also down close to it so that if can I get that far? I think I can get to like right here, so like right at the edge of it, so that if any other shenanigans happen, I am around. And also I see that there's a door here, and there's probably gonna be some shenanigans coming through that door, so that feels like it sets me up well.
Yep, you can see it on the map, just enough, and to your, however you would react, you will see the Lord of Blades just full bull rushing through the door this direction.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Then I'm pulling out my shield, And just being fucking ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, there is either something miswritten somewhere, or I made an incorrect assumption, but we're keeping it. The Lord of Blades is a female. Fuck you.
Right, yeah, we assume
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
She's a cool lady. She's
All right.
evil, but she's cool.
We love a woman in power.
Yeah. Guardian is up next. He's going to try to kind of position behind Kazan here, and also javelin up at the other guy.
I would also probably yell that she's coming. She's on her way, and
Okay.
for everybody to get ready.
Oh Lord, she coming.
Yeah. Who doggy?
19 to hit, I believe that hits. Yes, it do.
What's Boss gonna do?
Huh. 4 damage. Oh. Okay. Now it's the scout's turn.
Oh no.
Wait. I did them out of order. He did his turn already. So we're gonna skip that. Bost.
Okay. I am deciding what she's gonna do because I didn't look at it yet. Because they're up in the air. That's the problem. Fuck it. She's gonna cast Jim's magic missile on the glaive guy.
Hell yeah.
Gonna shimmy to like here. Feels good. Boop. And cast Jim's magic missile on him, which is gonna go to 2nd level. I will need. Trying to decide. Does it just always hit? No.
Yeah, magic missile always hits. You just roll
No,
the
but
damage.
But it's this fancy one where it's Jim's magic missile.
Oh,
You do have to roll for each dart for that
Okay.
one.
That's funny.
So first one's 26 to hit.
yeah, that hits.
Great, and it's 6 force.
Wait,
So is
really?
it just? I'm just reading what it is telling me. Because it's 2d4 instead of 1d4. And I was upcasting it, which I think is why I got the 2d4.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. You roll for hits. It's just that
roll
crits
for
do
each.
more.
And it's 3 darts. Okay.
Yeah.
And higher level is an additional dart. Okay, so it's going to be 4 darts because I'm upcasting it by 1 from 1st level to 2nd level to get 4 darts. So 2 darts have hit. I'm assuming that the 24 also hits glaive.
Yes.
Great. Number 3, 27. Number 4, 24. Those are all solid.
That's pretty good.
And that's a
Okay.
total of 23 force damage. Because all
Okay.
4 of them hit him.
Yep.
That's her action. Bonus action. She'll say to Pumpkin something like, "Darling, fuck them up," and give you bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And that will be her turn. Also, generally in a battle situation or things, that'll be her turn.
Okay. Bost. Sorry. Odyssea.
Is prone half my movement to stand up?
Yes.
Odyssey is going to use half her movement to stand up. She's going to move to just about here. And, she is going to release the spectral little, paper airplanes, and everyone in our party, including the Warforged friends, are blessed. Because it is a
Nice.
4th level blessed.
Okay.
We are all blessed. Except for me. I'm not blessed. I'm just here. And then I'm also going to, you've never seen her do this before. Suddenly, like, a spectral book will appear, open up, and she just pulls a spell slot out of it.
Nice.
Yo.
Oh
And
yeah, that's so cool.
that is her turn.
Okay, then Kazan.
I'm going to spend half of my movement to get up. Does Does glaive have a glaive? I feel like that would be.
I assume we must,
Oh,
right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
He's in the air.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point. How high up is he?
They're both 20 feet off the ground, hanging
Okay.
onto the wall.
Cool. So I can skedaddle on over here without risking an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
That's 15, 5, 10, 15 here. I can just see the Lord of Blades.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to make my spell save DC higher. I'm using my second and last use of innate sorcery. I have to activate that so it registers. And then I'm going to cast a spell.
There is no counter.
Okay,
Oh, right.
cool.
We haven't done that in a while.
And I'm going to heighten it. I need the Lord of Blades to make a charisma saving throw.
Let's go.
Oh, that's right. You can see her. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me double check the range real quick before we commit to this. And it's like, actually, you can't do that. Yeah, perfect. I can do that. Cool. So yeah, charisma save from the Lord of Blades, and she has disadvantage.
Charisma save, disadvantage.
Let me move my moonbeam.
Jesus, there's so much stuff on this stat block. Okay. Charisma save, disadvantage.
Get her.
13.
Disadvantage? Hell yeah.
So I run into the room and fully just like kind of throw my staff out, and just this this ball of wind flies at her and wraps her up, and it spins her extremely fast, and then she's not there anymore. I cast banishment on her, so she's gone for a minute.
Oh.
my God.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And I'm concentrating on that now. So I've gotta hold that, but she is gone for a minute, and we can do whatever we want until then.
Nice.
And after a minute, what happens?
She pops back, but because this is her plane of origin. But
Yes.
She doesn't pop back until that minute's up, or if I lose concentration. But she's gone.
Got it.
I'm also moving
Nice.
my moonbeam so that we know that it's here.
And my
Okay.
AC's back down to 18, and I get my reaction back, and that's it.
Incredible. Fucking incredible.
Nice move.
Just being like, nope.
Nope, no thank you.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Or no, the floor actually just comes alive and just kind of like swallows her for a second,
Great.
and she's
Nice.
gone.
Okay, Pumpkin.
Okay.
Just
They're all up on the ceiling, and
Yeah.
I can't see shit. I got knocked prone, right? Okay.
Yes.
I will spend half my movement to stand up. So I'm gonna do that. And let's see, 5, 10, 25. Did Glaive start his turn within 30 feet of the arrows? I forgot to ask.
Yes.
Okay, I want to
Yes.
shoot windows real quick.
All right.
It's a dex saving throw.
Okay. Gonna Dex. Not disadvantage. 12.
12. They fail, so they're gonna take the full damage of 2d4. Again, not much, but we'll take it. Okay, 7 damage for a single arrow. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's. I'm gonna keep track of that. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one is done. Cool. I'm gonna skedaddle on over here. Let's see. My movement is 35, so I'm gonna chill right here. Hello. Just get to this side so I can see things. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna just use my short bow on this guy since I can see him the best. So let's attack. See if it hits. 16 to hit.
16 to hit who?
This guy. Sorry, this guy over here.
I've got so many things covering everything. One more time.
Not glaive.
Okay, not Glaive.
The one in the back?
dude on the
Okay.
right. Yeah.
16 does not hit.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna try it one more time. I get 2 attacks. 20.
That does hit.
Ooh, okay. And this is just regular piercing damage, so that's 7 piercing damage on not glaive.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
7. Okay, at the end of your turn, you all will see how many?
No.
Oh no.
I don't like
three rays of fire scream out of the southern corridor at. Oh wait, no, that doesn't happen. You're banished.
Okay.
My bad.
Well, now we
she's
know when she would have
incapacitated.
gone. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
She's
I just
banished,
said she's
right?
Yeah, she's banished, and I just said she's incapacitated, so she's not doing it.
She's in another place, incapacitated.
Yeah. No, I said, well, now we know when she would have gone.
Having a lovely mental beach vacation.
Right? You're gonna see. Okay, Glaive starting his turn has to take how much radiant damage?
21 is what we decided on the last one.
21. Okay.
And the beam is 40 feet high, just for record.
And that does go just to the ceiling. Ceiling
Great.
here is 40 feet.
Great.
30 feet in the central room, 40 feet in the two shoulders.
Cool.
Glaive is going to, those of you that can see him, I'm going to say Kazan, Alaska, Bast. Yeah, I think Odyssea for sure, and I think Pumpkin as well. You can't quite see this because of just the wall itself. But you'll still hear it. Glaive, like, haunches his shoulders back, and you'll see these flaps, like, open up from his back. And, like, flaps will open up on his forearms, too. And you'll hear this like, steamy hiss. And see his eyes turn red. He has this ability called Overdrive.
Yo.
Wild.
Okay, yep. He's going to, like, like Spider-Man turn around on the wall so that his hands are down and his feet are up and, like, lurch himself down at Kazan.
Okay.
Land on the ground, making a spiked glaive attack at you.
Cool.
It's actually going to be 2.
Great, he's on the ground now.
He's on the ground. Okay.
Good.
That'll definitely hit. That one will not.
Okay. This is going to be +4 to whatever this is. So 14 total
14.
slashing damage.
14 slashing, and I have to make a DC 10 con save to maintain concentration. And I have advantage on those. Skaboop.
Great. Ooh.
Perfect.
Okay. And then he's going to turn to... Oh, whoop. Not move
And where
that.
is he exactly?
Yeah.
Here on the ground.
Great.
And then turn to Bast, and at disadvantage because enemies are in melee range, make 2 serrated bolt attacks at Bast. 1, 2, a 10 to hit, doesn't hit. 16?
Yeah, 16 is for armor class. So 3 will hit.
Okay. $13 piercing damage.
3 of those hit.
Wait, what? No, there's
was
disadvantage.
2.
Oh, they're at disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 1. Just the 13 damage? Okay, thank you.
Yes. All right, now Filch goes, and he's just gonna get up right in Glaive's face.
Fuck him up, Filch.
Yeah.
He's fucking him up!
Oh!
Yes, yes, yes.
25 and
Oh my
18, both of those hit. Okay, so Filch does 9. Well, okay, we'll call it 6 because the modifier is already there, plus 5. So 11 piercing damage on the crit. For slashing, and then another 9, so a total of 20.
That's a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then it's Alaska's turn.
Bonus action, I'm gonna drop Moonbeam and I'm going to cast Compelled Duel on Glaive.
Ooh. Nice.
So I need a Wisdom save, please, of like 17. I'm not high. 17's okay. Yeah, Wisdom save of 17.
1 second.
Sure.
You redid Alaska for 2024, right?
I did not.
You did not.
I did it, but I've not used it. I'm still using normal 2014 rules.
Okay.
I don't even know what the difference is.
Okay. So you said wisdom save?
Wisdom save 17.
24.
Bummer. All right, that was a wasted bonus action and spell slot. Anyway, it was on level 1, so it's fine. Well, I guess I'll just attack him
Yeah.
like I usually do with my attacking. I have my shield out. That's mostly a reminder to me of what level of damage I'm doing to him. 28 to hit is the first one.
Yep, that hits.
Great, so 9 slashing damage and 3 radiant. Attack number 2, 32 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just checking. I wasn't sure. I only rolled a 19. So it's 11 slashing and 7 radiant.
Okay. Chunks of metal and leather are already flying off of Glaive. He is bloodied.
Great.
Hell yeah.
This is gone. Delete. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you're going to all feel another like earthquake-like sensation with the ground shaking. It's not quite as violent as the first one that it might knock you over, but you all hear this just echoing, resounding.
Ooh. Put the helmet on. Put the helmet on.
And then it is Guardian's turn. He is going to. He's going to take a running leap out this direction. And then, like, basically get to the wall and look like he's going to start climbing after this guy, but can't really do much else.
Cool.
Then we're at that guy.
Okay.
That guy.
I'm trying to do my part to like keep it moving.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. You're good.
This guy is going to bolt launch twice at
At who?
this is at Kazan.
Okay.
Out of the way.
They can tell
One
that
will hit.
Kazan did something that is like making Lord of Blades unable to be here.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That
I'm
makes
so
sense.
aggro right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 15 and 25 to hit.
The 15 misses. 25 will hit definitely.
So 13
13?
piercing damage.
Okay.
So you need to beat a 10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I was bracing for more damage. I was like, and what
Great,
else?
great.
17. Cool.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Okay, and then nope, that can't happen. That's gonna be it for its turn. Bost.
Bost is going to do. Can she stab with the trident?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna stab him twice with the trident. I think that feels fun. Let's do that. Yeah. First stab with the trident. Come on. Boop. Yeah, 20 to hit.
That hits.
And she's gonna do whatever topple is if it works.
I think it
If
just
you
knocks
can
him
creature-
prone.
They have to
Great,
make a
yeah.
save.
Well, then fucking. Oh, he needs a con save.
Con save.
I need to find her DC.
19.
I think that's higher than her save is. Yep, he makes it. But she'll fucking hit him again. Is she also actually
Oh.
in a direct line, flanking. Self-preservation. What's that?
I'm gonna say yes, because she would have to
Okay.
be. It again. The squares are weird with the grid thing
Yeah.
for creatures smaller than. So I'm gonna stay there. You would have had to get her here, but
Okay, I
you can
would've-
say you did that.
Oh, I meant she could have been flanking with Kazan
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's
that
like
works.
surrounded by guys.
I'm
Yeah.
being swarmed right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
All right, great. I'll just make the second one with advantage because the first one already hit. Boop. 25 to hit.
Yep.
Two-handed 12, and I'm gonna try and topple him again. So I need another con save. Or was it con? I think it was con.
I think it was con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
21.
God damn.
Yeah, he needs to be like a 16.
Is he healing? Is he healing from making con saves?
So you can tell that
That's
with
insane.
these attacks, there is like a magical energy emanating from him that mimics shielding.
Okay.
So like at point of contact.
So these are like temp HP probably, is what I'm
Um,
assuming.
It doesn't really spoil anything. It's in response to being hit by a weapon attack, reduce the damage by 2d10.
That's awful.
Oh.
But that's more than she's even done damage on him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it won't heal him. It's just damage
Okay.
mitigation. Yeah,
Jesus
the damage.
Christ.
yeah.
That's a bummer. So,
Okay.
is it just a weapon attack? We don't know. All
You don't
right,
know.
that sucks. Cool.
Okay, is that it for Bust?
Yeah.
All right, Odyssea.
Do I have a clear line to Glaive? Or would I have to move?
Because your friends are shorter than you significantly, yes,
Hell.
you have a clear line.
The smalls.
Right over our heads.
Yep.
Odysseia is going to look at this being and make an attack roll.
Nice.
The roll is
Yo!
It's a crit! A third level guiding bolt crit. Oh my
a
god.
third level
shit.
guiding
Really
bolt
good.
crits.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
that is 66,
36.
So 36.
36 plus
What you actually roll.
Wild.
Yep.
16.
16.
Brutal.
Pretty good.
Incredible.
Nice.
That's 42, 52.
52.
52 damage.
Yeah.
So just the hand goes out,
Shit.
the like library, that like green tone, because it's like a green library light.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, right,
When
right.
when you turn the like curved light over, and you're just like, ah, it's that.
Nice. Nice. Okay. This is gonna blast like chunks of Glaive's chest and shoulder off. You can tell that he's in really rough shape now.
Great.
Guiding Bolt does something else too, right? Is there an like a lingering effect
Gives
Guiding-
advantage on the next attack.
from anyone, right?
Yep.
Anyone.
Okay. Nice.
Hang on. The next attack made against before the end of my next turn has advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, kick his fucking ass, Chasm.
Beat his. I can beat his ass.
Anything
Yeah.
else for
So good.
Odyssea?
Nope. Not this moment.
All right, Kazan.
So I have a. Okay. First, I'm just gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat the guy's ass, and then I'll ask this question later.
Have it knowledge.
I'm gonna hit this guy with a booming blade. So it'll be this at advantage.
So that makes it magical.
Yeah, the booming blade will make it magical. Oop, that's sources first. That's the wrong one. Where are we at? Oh, I have to make an attack roll with my weapon because that's how this works. Okay, hold on. Advantage. Hello, what did we do? Oh my god.
So Booming Blade just adds to your weapon on a hit.
Yeah, it does. I don't know why it pinged the thing. It was supposed to display the advantage roll. But if that's not working, I will just roll 2d12.
Yeah, because
and-
it's because you
or
pinged the
2d20.
spell. The spell doesn't do anything until you actually make a melee weapon attack.
Right.
So you have to
Okay,
roll the weapon attack and then just add the 1d8 or however
Yeah,
many d8.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the 2d20, and each of these will be a plus 12 for the to hit bonus,
Okay.
it pinged the staff instead of the roll.
Ah.
So that'll be 16 plus 12 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Perfect. So this will be 2d8 thunder damage plus the regular damage. What's the regular damage? D8. So this will be 3d8 total. Oh, but I think I can just click this, right? Hello, why are we doing that roll? Okay, we'll do 3d8 and this will be plus 7. Perfect. Okay. So 19 total damage. 8 of that is thunder. And then if he moves, he'll take another 3d8 thunder damage.
Yes. All right. Anything else?
Then I will look to Alaska and say, "Can I have the crown, or the helmet? Can I have the helmet?"
Oh. Sure. Yeah.
Will it
Okay.
work up here?
It's an.
Okay.
Does it? Can I do an object interaction now, or how, do I have to wait?
It would be on your turn to get it
Sure.
and give it to him.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Not an action, a free action, but on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Back up top to Pumpkin.
Okay. Once again, because I'm horrible, Glaive would have ended their turn in a 30-foot radius of here, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna just
So it's gotta
chuck
get hit
another
the
arrow.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a
Uh,
dex save?
Dexterity saving throw. Yeah. Fail it. Fail it.
25.
Damn it.
Oh
Okay, so
my
he's-
god.
He's gonna take half of this.
Hell yeah.
So 3.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Down to 4.
I need everyone to make a dexterity save.
Ooh. If
Cool.
you're within my little circle, you are adding 4 to your dex save.
Bless.
Cool.
I'm just outside of it.
Oh yeah, and we do have bless actually.
You
Oh
Remember, we
Jesus,
do
you've
have
been blessed this whole time.
bless.
I rolled a 9. I'm on the floor again.
I think I'm okay.
Boss.
This is a D4 we're adding, right? Yeah.
So 18 total.
Oof.
Damn
Boss
it.
has a 12 plus the D4, which can't be good. Boss rolls a 15. Alaska. I clicked it. Jesus.
Okay, I got a lot of people to track of.
Alaska had a
we can
12.
just tell you what we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
The DC here is 21.
Ooh.
Damn.
On the ground.
Got 23.
Blade Scout, I think, is the only one. 2 of us got Jesus.
Ooh.
Gang.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody 20 and under. Glaive has been vanquished, and his chest opens up, revealing this like bright red, steaming chunk of metal. None of you have any idea what this would be, but he just like looks over at Kazan and points, and then explodes in a self-destruct sequence.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Oh no.
Everyone who rolled a 20 and under is going to take 30 fire damage.
Ooh.
30?
30. Anybody who saved is taking half.
'Kay.
So 15.
Jesus.
Oh my
15
god.
con save.
You got this. You've done most of
got
them higher
this.
than that. No
I've
pressure.
got most of them higher than that.
Pressure.
No, and I've got advantage. This will be fine. This will be perfectly fine.
16.
16! There we go.
Whoa. By 1, man.
By one. We got
You
it.
were blessed, so you still could add that.
Oh, I still
Oh,
would
yeah.
have gotten a
Jeez.
D4 on that.
Forgot about
Cool.
the bless the whole fucking time until immediately right now when it doesn't help anybody.
Okay, so that's where we're going to end today.
Oh damn.
So we have some key things to remember. Let's take mental notes now. Kazan, how many turns has it been since you cast? I think it's been 2.
It's been 2, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So you have 8 left for a minute of non-initiative activity minus 12 seconds on that. And we are still in initiative.
Sure.
Glaive is dead. You do have this one scout still alive. Everybody else is also still not unconscious, right?
Yeah, I'm
Correct.
still up. Yep.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna get intense. All right. We will come back to that. I think in 2 weeks, right?
Should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sweet. We'll see you then. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.